treasure that's so shiny. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral disorder, and my partners love me for it. I'm a natural 20 when it comes to being me. I'm a time traveler, so Alonzi. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral disorder, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral disorder, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral disorder. I'm proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral disorder. I'm proud to be in whatever sitch, like singing on Twitch or playing D&D. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral disorder. You may call me obsessive, but I just border on being a collector and being a dragon that sits atop my treasure that's so shiny. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral disorder, and my partners love me for it. I'm a natural 20 when it comes to being me. I'm a time traveler, so Alonzi. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral disorder, and proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie.
Let's get started, shall we?
Okay.
Right on time, 6:45.
everybody.
How the hell did it go that? Gosh, my phone sucks. Sorry, guys.
So, last we left off, we had a bit of a somber session last episode, as the party realized that they had lost Renata. Those that didn't realize it already, and dealt with it for a little while, trying to use the Builder of the Deck and other things while still in the Tomb of Eternity to try and get her back. Resigning that wasn't going to work, they gathered themselves together and finally left Bosvir's insidious trap behind, reappearing back in the friendly confines of the House of the Thunderbrands in Craghammer. They took some respite there, took care of some of their own grieving process, all of them going through their grief in different ways. Some of them burying themselves at the bottom of a bottle, others seeking comfort through their faith, and everywhere in between. Bureau was finally able to get together with Tara and be able to scry on Elsa, and Tara was able to show him what she'd been working on and tell him of the things she is continuing to work on, and asked him upon his return to Whitestone to talk to the powers that be there to get her some more residuum, as it was the scrying pool that she built out of residuum that allowed her to pierce the veil of the Iron Authority's abjurative wards. Tara, finding out that you all planned to head to Draconia, decided that she was going to call in a favor with someone, because she felt you would need some more muscle if you were heading to that part of the world. And the party was introduced to Orani in an underground fight ring of the Brawlers League, where she beat the piss out of two rather large ladies, Goliath and a half-orc, to win the underground fight pit there. She was then introduced to the party, made a bit of an impression, and the party, after saying their goodbyes to Tara, that she would get in touch with you when she had figured out a way to teleport to where Elsa is. She would contact you, and you all headed back to Whitestone, to your manor there. Upon arrival, Orani and Vanya, it being their first time in Whitestone, decided to head off into the city to see what there was, try the local delicacies, as it were. As Biero, Fike, and Noxus headed to Castle Whitestone to speak with Percy about the acquiring of more residuum for Terra's experiments. In doing so, you were able to mine Percy for some information about what's been going on in Draconia, from what he's been able to hear from his wife and sister, who have been there trying to help foster the tense political situation that is going on there. As in the 20 years since the Chroma Conclave brought down Draconia, the Drimalth Ravine has been a place of strife and slow rebuilding, both of the people and its new metropolis. Political infighting consumes the daily life here, as is once splintered people are now forced to reconcile with their tyrannical past. There are now three main factions, which the Spike Bureau and Noxus were filled in on. Fighting for the future control of what for the moment is being called New Draconia. And that is where we left off, with them leaving Percy to head back and see what problems they might need to cover for with Orani and Vanya loose in the city of Whitestone, which is where we'll pick up. Vanya and Orani, what are you two up to?
All right. So they said that there was this thing about called
Go Phoebe Po.
Go
Go Phoebe Po.
Yes.
We need to go eat that.
Yes.
So
We were
much
like
of that.
immediately set off, look for places that have the words on like outside of a storefront or something like that, like a restaurant, or like ask somebody.
Like a restaurant or anywhere that has meat.
Mm-hmm.
Anywhere where I smell.
One of you can make an investigation check. If one of you wants to assist the other, you can have advantage.
Okay.
You can make it.
Okay.
I'll help.
Okay. Search. Not bad.
Hey.
15, not bad. As you leave the rather large manor that your new friends are putting you up in, it doesn't take you that long, as it's not that far, till you find your way. Till you find your way to. I'm trying to remember the name of it.
Make go Phoebe Po.
Chateau Go Phoebe Po.
Like ye old Go Phoebe Po.
Yes, Dawnfather, the Dawnfather Square, which is where the Sun Tree is, which is the first time that you see it. A enormous tree in the center of this square, that with this time of year, it being springtime, is in full bloom, and even to the two of you who don't usually stop to appreciate such things, it is quite a beautiful sight as people go hither and there around it, as there is a nice grassy area along its rooted base, but there are many businesses around, and eventually you find yourselves to what appears to be a rather old-looking, refurbished tavern, upon which is nestled right next to this bakery that has an interesting title called the Slayer's Cake. You don't get the reference, but there are wonderful, delightful smells coming from it. And right next to it, there is what looks to be a rather large, or not, but a rather well-established tavern. There's no writing on the sign, the wooden sign that swings on the outside. There is, however, an image of what looks to be a small, like, pseudo dragon sitting on top of some sort of cask. Um, as you look in through the window, you can see
She's
these
just jumping
large.
to the window.
Yeah, you look through the
I'll
window,
like pick her up and let her look through it.
I can
and you
jump.
can see being served at different tables what could only be the dish that was described to you as a large bowl full of different kinds of carnivorous delights.
Holy shit, they weren't fucking with us.
They were not. I'm amazed.
Let's
I must
get
have it.
it! And just gonna basically stroll in like she owns the place.
You
I'll be
come
right
in,
Like, and before she does, like, also as we were leaving, she basically the giant thing just kind of disappeared from her grip and just phased out.
yeah, you relinquished your, though the presence within it is always there with you. Um, but as you come inside, you can. It is about midday as the sun is high in the sky, and you can see it looks like the lunch crowd is just starting to clear out. As you make your way inside, there is an older woman, probably in her late 60s, behind the counter, that looks you over and says, "Oh, welcome to the Drunken Dragon.
Like this place already.
You look like you're new in town. At least I don't recognize you. You looking for food, ale, or rooms, or all three?"
First
I
two.
want one of those bowls full of meat, please.
She points at
She
him. What? What he said.
just kind of rolls her eyes and is like, "Hi, just find a seat anywhere." Um, as you guys go and sit down, about a couple minutes later, she produces a couple of large pints of ale for you, and about 10
It comes
minutes
in
after
pints.
that, yes, it comes in pints. And about 10 minutes after that, you are both presented with two large bowls of steaming hot meat salad.
Excellent.
Ooh, this is gonna be amazing, or terrible, or possibly terribly amazing.
She then says, just when you're done, that's a lot of protein. So when you're done, make a swift exit.
Oh, this place is great.
Okay.
Got it.
We don't need, any
Yep.
more fouling of the air than the lunch crowd has already left.
Glancing around, seeing no utensils for this, like, hand food? Hand
No,
salad.
guess so.
there's
Oh, I thought it was
forks.
supposed. I thought the thing was like it's supposed to
Oh
be
no, that's the ceremonial.
the ceremonial. Okay.
That is the official. Like,
You just dig your face in.
not that you know this.
Yeah, don't know it.
Yet, but like,
Oh, good.
the when when the Grand Poobah is around, it is,
Uh-huh.
and for fancy party, when this is being served for foreign dignitaries and fancy parties, it is written that there should be no utensils used when
Okay, I
consuming
wasn't
it.
sure what the difference was.
It's like one of those old traditions where you're like, why is this a thing?
Oh yeah,
Um,
because grog.
yeah.
The
And then
answer is
people
always
are
because
just
grog.
like, yeah, that's how you're supposed to do it, but nobody really like.
Fair enough.
Can anyone imagine Grog actually saying that? Like, you shall not use utensils when you eat this delicate dish. Can't speak like Grog.
But the your mugs of ale are refilled, and you are left to your left to your meals.
Yeah, just start immediately like digging in and just taking like large drinks and like even like in the middle of eating or drinking, Vanya just kind of like eventually hears in his head, so how long have you been with that motley crew that you don't know that like 2 of them are lords?
He starts talking, and then is like, oh,
Oh, breathe, sorry.
big swallow, big swallow. Um, and I don't know, what has it been? A week, maybe?
Only a fucking week? What, did you owe Thunderbrand a favor too?
Has it only
No,
been a week?
no. I'd never met Thunderbrand before we pulled her out of what was basically hell.
Wait. Might need to step back on that. Tell me the story. And just continues eating.
So I put down my fork and my whatever other utensils go Phoebe Poe. I guess just a fork? Maybe
Pretty
a
much,
fork and a
yeah.
spoon?
Occasionally while he's
Spoon
talking,
for-
she's stealing bits from his plate because he can't eat while he's talking.
I start like fencing you with a fork while you're doing that.
Yeah.
Trying to stop you from stealing my shit.
Make opposed athletics or acrobatics checks. Your choice each.
Oof. That's not great. Oof.
You are unsuccessful, Vanya.
She does much better at this than
Like
I
that
do.
scene from Kung Fu Panda where he's using the chopsticks to like get the last dumpling.
Call it the story tax.
Forks
Keep
are too
going.
damn small. And I'll tell her the story of how we got pulled into this like hell world called the Tomb of Eternity, and how we had to rescue Terra from in there, and how one of their friends got disintegrated while we were in there.
Do you tell her of the reason for being in there and Bosvir and all that?
Sure, I mean, she's going along with us. You might as well know about Basfir.
All right.
You guys get into some shit. I'm gonna need a second on this ale.
Apparently. Works for me.
I am surprised that Tara got into that kind of shit. That's a little bit more than I'm used to from her. Then again, I guess you all come with some weird circumstances, which I ain't terrible with. I'm kind of glad that she sent me on this for my status to get some of this good shit. As she's taking another bite.
The dish is quite delicious. It is very salty, which is why you're glad it's served with an ale. But it is salty. The meats, strangely enough, the way they are seasoned, go well together. Even though you have a mix of, it's like a garbage plate a little bit. Where you kind of just take a little bit of everything that's left and you throw it together and. But it is good but it is also filling, and after a while you start getting like that like food coma feeling.
Meat sweat!
Meat sweats, yeah, like. But eventually, the cost for the meal is 5 copper each.
Very generous.
With the, I mean, it's not that crazy.
Vanya spends a second trying to think of the proper change for that, and then just shrugs, tosses down a gold piece. Keep the change.
Oh, wasn't expecting that, but thank you. You're welcome back anytime, the older woman says.
Thank you. This
So
was
she
good as
clears her
hell.
golds and says, "Did you want another round?"
Or
don't
do
know if
we go bar hopping?
There's only
That
2
sounds
taverns
like
in the town, she says.
what kind of town is this that only has... Well, I guess we'll hop back and forth between those.
Yeah, we'll be back.
We'll
It's
be
not,
back!
it's not a huge town, she goes.
First time.
Fair enough.
There's only about just over 4,000 people live in here.
Oh boy, no wonder you probably don't have a pit ring. Oh well.
A what?
We can
We're
always
fighting.
make our own.
There's no place to fight around here,
By the
huh?
way, I'm not gonna lie, it's a bit disconcerting the way you communicate. with you not understanding the history of this town, not that long ago, a couple of decades ago, so there's plenty of people around who still remember it. This town there was a coup and was taken over by vampires and necromancers who exerted mental control over a lot of its populace. So you might want to be careful about using that kind of communication with certain people here.
Good to know, but it's just kind of how I talk. You really don't want to hear the alternative. It ain't pretty.
I mean, I understand your plight. I just figured you should have some heads up.
Noted. Thanks. And just kind of sits down. Ale finishes up, stands up. So, other place?
Other place.
To victory!
Talking back between to fucking victory.
Basically, this place sucks. We're going somewhere else.
Until we come back.
So you guys leave and go find the other tavern.
From henceforth, Orani, I propose that from here on they just be the first tavern and the other tavern.
Works for
Agreed?
me.
Excellent.
Unless they have better food, then they can be Tavern Prime.
I like that.
So you guys go and find the other tavern. It's a little bit smaller. They also don't serve food. It's just kind of like a place to go drinking. It's called the Root Cellar.
The name's not as good, so it will definitely be the other one.
Yeah.
I've heard.
The root.
But after a while, you guys get plenty into your cups, talk a little bit, share some stories of,
Fighting, probably.
Yeah. Where'd you get? Let me tell you how I got this scar. Oh, let me tell you how I got that scar. Typical that kind of stuff. Talking about old adventures you've gone on, old fights that you've been in. You give her a little bit of a rundown, Vanya, on your history with Basvir and what the rest of the party has shared with you on their history with this guy.
She's probably drunk at this point already.
As it might be a recurring problem, you want Orani to maybe be aware of it so that she can keep an eye out for whatever it is.
What a fucking asshole.
Yeah, Sir Persavian. You hear Sir Persavian Orani.
Yep.
He's like, yes, a fiend. This is a proper villain for us to smite and send back to the nine hells.
Right. We're gonna fuck up a fiend. Got it. Could you not? I'm trying to focus on the drink here.
I have no problem with revels and merriment, but that should come after victories.
I mean, we won the other day. Come on. At least give this to me. Jesus.
You hear a noble victories on the field of battle against evil.
I don't know. Those others could have been bitches. We don't know.
Anyway, while you guys are doing that, Biero, Fike, and Noxus, you guys are just leaving Castle Whitestone after dealing with Percy, getting the shipment of residuum taken care of, and him kind of filling you in on the 3 different factions over in Draconia as you guys are heading back to the manor, I would imagine.
Yeah, probably take the long way around or run to do the kind of let's get all this out of our system.
Weren't we worried about those two? And we were like, shit, we gotta go find them.
I don't know. That's up to you guys.
Well, I'm just trying to remember the conversation that we had.
I'm just going to kind of follow Fike and Nox for a moment while I burn a couple of sendings to tell Tara basically the results of negotiating for
the sake of brevity, I'll say you burn some sendings and figure out the logistics of her teleporting over to pick it up and teleporting back and all that kind of stuff. So yeah.
Well, that and also we might need a ride to.
All right. So she'll tell you that she's been hard at work with experiment. So when you send the message, She tells you she's been burning some spells with experimentation today, but tomorrow she can come. She can bamf over tomorrow, but then she'll have. It won't be until the day after that that she can then teleport you to the Dremalt Ravine, and she will tell you that she's never actually been there. So
Fair enough.
things might not go. You might not end up exactly where you want to be.
Probably
I
closer
wanna
than we
talk
are
to her,
now.
though.
Because she has only one seventh level. Like mechanically, she only has one seventh level spell slot.
Yep.
And she also reminds you that
Poor Shango.
she's spending a lot of money on all this residuum, and the casting of that spell is not inexpensive.
Inexpensive? That means it's
Yeah.
expensive?
Yeah, it's not inexpensive.
Teleport? I thought it was like just verb.
I think.
That's all like how flammable and inflammable mean the same thing.
Yeah, it's just verbal.
Also,
Fired.
al-
Is it?
also,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, we were also talking about like having either Seek or Assume talk to Alora or Kima talk to Alora even better.
Mhm.
Via
Yeah.
Maybe she's
Oh,
mostly
alright.
worried about what happened to Shango. Like, not quite.
All right. Well, anyway, she says she can do it, but like she's limited in her ability to use that spell, so she'll have to burn one to get to Whitestone tomorrow, and then she can burn one to send you guys wherever it is you need to go, and then but she's never been to Draconia or the Dremalt Ravine, so she doesn't, it might not be exact, and then she'll have to wait a day to return back with all of the residuum that you managed to collect for her.
Okay. Then I'll also burn a couple more sendings just to Seek or Assume to let him know the situation and see if he can suggest a better way for us to get to New Draconia that doesn't necessarily result in quite so much risk.
He tells you, that. Sorry, hold on, I'm checking them. He tells you that you could leave and take a ship out of Stillben. If you wanted to take a more traditional route, but that would take you a couple weeks of sea travel from Stillben to over to Wildmount, to the burgeoning port at the bottom of the Dremalt Ravine. Or if you wanted to leave, he could try and look into acquiring you an airship out of Iman, but that would, even though it's an airship,
Take a lot longer.
Amon's further away, so it would take actually about the same amount of time,
Okay.
or it'd actually take a little bit longer.
Fair enough. And we'll just
Or you can,
say,
or he says if you have magical means of teleportation, that would probably be the fastest. But
okay. Well, with that, we'll say I've burned my 3rd and 4th level spell slots for the day.
yeah.
And I'll share the information with the group.
Yeah, so you'd probably doing this as you guys are walking down that long path from.
We are right here, I think, right?
Yeah, walking down from Castle Whitestone towards the actual city.
Well, the city is not on fire, which is good.
As of yet.
Yes. I think we should go find them at least. Make sure they're not.
Fike, how long have we known these people?
The big guy probably around a week, and then
We just met this other
Ronnie,
person.
like, what are we at? Like
Maybe 24,
8 hours,
maybe.
9 hours?
Oh wow, I thought highly, I guess.
Closer to like 24 hours.
And we let them go running in our city that we are lords of, that we have to pay for their damages.
Well, I mean, they're not fire elementals. I don't assume they're going to be, lighting the whole town on fire, but,
One is a person who likes to fight for glory and wants to fight this little person, and this other person is a pit fighter.
Right, but if we said, hey, stay at the manor while we go talk to this our lord friend, do you think they would have fucking listened to us?
Right. I mean, there's a training area down there. There's a training area upstairs they could go play with.
Oh, I guess. I doubt that.
Didn't tell us.
They will vouch
Do
for it.
that. Fucking A. We're gonna have to find them.
All right. Well, I think we should do the regular check-ins with people. I'll check in with the madam and with Father Jacob and all that, and then maybe we should raid Gilmore's before we leave.
I guess.
What did you say? 2 days?
Something like that, right? Bureau day, 2 days.
Gonna be a couple of days at least before we can get there, depending.
I mean, yeah, Vero, Tara told you that however much time you want to, like, if you guys want to take a week of downtime here in Whitestone, you can do that. Tara just was saying that in order for her to teleport you, which she's happy to do, she has to teleport to Whitestone, and then the next day after that, she could teleport you to wherever it is you want to go.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, 2 days of downtime at the least.
At least.
So I would think that.
Well, the rest of today and tomorrow.
So downtime is a good thing if we want it. So if we want it, how long would we want it? This is out of character, so that mechanics don't slow down. This is John talking to everybody. If everybody would want downtime, is a week good? 2 weeks?
Spike doesn't want it at all, but
I don't think Knox wants it at all either. But
Bureau, do you need something? Need a restock on stuff?
Wouldn't be
take more than a day.
Wouldn't be a bad idea to pick up some more chalks, but
yeah,
nothing in particular other than that I might need.
I think we might need to sell some stuff in the bag. Other than that, that should take not long. Get rid of these gems, maybe crush up some gems, possibly. Owlbear.
I can find some drugs. That'll be good.
Oh, the owlbear.
Sure.
Ooh, we can commission some dragon scale armor to be made.
Oh yeah, we have blue dragon.
About 130 pounds. We can do that. That'll take, at least get that set up.
We got to see if Sayo or, oh god, terrible thing to say. Let's see if Sayo or Cortana's or Shango commissioned anything that they never picked up.
Oh yeah, good point.
I don't
think so.
I'm pretty sure no, but yeah.
Yeah, Ren's last movie was the one she made herself, so.
Yeah, I know Sayo wanted the armor that I have right now.
But he never actually
put the commission in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. As you guys are walking, Biero, you hear from behind you, Biero Brevin. Good to see you again.
It begins.
The sound of victory.
Mm-hmm.
Umara.
Yes. Listen, I was wondering if I could have a word with you in private.
Sure. Where or when in particular?
Now is fine, and she kind of motions to just an area away from your two friends.
Okay.
Should I take your loot, Bureau?
Hold my loot, girl.
Just give me a minute, guys, or I can meet you back at the house, whatever you prefer.
Yeah, we're
just
gonna go towards the nearest fire. So
yeah. Just meet us back at the house. If you hear screaming and yelling and someone say fire or you screaming bloody murder, you'll know where we are.
And if I don't return, you'll know she did something to me.
yep.
And I just do the eye thing to her.
She just looks at you like a what?
I'm watching
All right.
you
I'll follow her
very
to.
closely.
She's not like leading you into an alley or anything.
Yeah.
She's just like out of earshot from your compatriots, kind of a thing.
Sure.
As you guys kind of step away, she turns and looks at you and says, "I owe you an apology."
Abu,
The what?
do you know?
Yes, I have had some time to think since our meeting in the God's Brawl. And I feel I have been a bit childish with holding on to the game we've been playing since years ago in Western at the College of the White Duke.
Well, if I'm honest, perhaps I held on to it a little longer than I needed to as well.
After all, we are fairly evenly matched, and I don't know why I thought I needed to use such underhanded tricks against you. We had always been, in the past, fair competitors and pushed one another to better ourselves.
Indeed. And you never needed to do that, Omar. I never doubted your skill. Just the tactics at the well, you know what I'm talking about. But
Well, you must understand, it is difficult for a woman in a man's world, and we must use whatever tactics we have available to us to gain the upper hand. The lives and skill sets we have chosen are not ones of. We use what is available to us to get our victories and do not trouble ourselves with things like valor and worrying about what is fair or by the rules. Based on what the rumors I've heard of you and your trade that you deal in, I can't imagine that the jobs you've been doing for the higher ups in Amman have always been above board.
that's a fair point, and I'll say that I can understand or at least appreciate the challenges you're referring to, and I'll even admit that the line of work that I'm in that you're referring to doesn't really have much of a need for fame and grand reputations. But I think you'll find that for the line of work you seem to be wanting to be in, the reputation you build for yourself is best based on honesty and true action so that your clients can have no doubt of who they've hired and you have the ability to achieve that.
And that is 100% true, and I'm glad you understand that. Though I hope you won't remember it. And I need you to make.
Oh, Fuck.
I need you to make.
Bosvere, motherfucker.
It's not Bosvere.
Oh fuck.
A wisdom saving throw.
Is this a charm effect by any chance?
Please say yes. Please say yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Advantage.
So I believe I do have advantage on that.
Yeah.
Half elf advantage.
Elf.
Except she's. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh! Are you killing me? Are you fucking kidding me?
It was fated by the dice god.
Holy shit!
I'm giving you experience points for that at least.
Fuck!
So she casts Modify Memory on you.
Ah,
Of course.
fuck.
Didn't even have a cupcake.
Fuck.
So she casts Modify Memory on you. And the memory that she changes is obviously not the memory of the God's Brawl, as that was witnessed by thousands of people.
She's
But
making me think I lost.
Oh!
no, she's not making you think you lost in the God's Brawl because that
No.
was witnessed by
No,
thousands of
in the
people.
original.
But the
It's
original one, she is going to make you think that you
Oh.
lost and that you lost fair and square.
Oh!
Wow.
Oh!
Wow.
Holy! She is
Bill.
the Umbridge of this game now. Holy shit!
She's going to make you think that it was an honorable duel, that you both fought bravely and valiantly, and though you were both equally matched, she was just able to irk it out ahead of you. And that you left that bout from each other with a mutual respect for one another and each other's skill.
She's more evil than I thought. Holy
And
shit!
I
that
think she
you are
secretly
now
loves him.
and that you are now even at 1-1. And at some point in the future, when you don't have as much pressing things going on, you guys might have to have a rubber match.
A rubber match?
All right. Well, at least I still have the memory of the more recent victory.
Yes, you do. And she's not changing that one because obviously it was witnessed by like thousands of people, including your closest friends. But yeah, as you kind of snap to, she's she's kind of like pulling away from you, giving you like what in your mind is like a friendly parting like kiss on the cheek, kind of like European kind of like kind of kisses on the cheek kind of thing. And she says, anyway, if you are going to be in Whitestone for a while, maybe we can grab a meal or a drink. And she goes, I'm staying at the castle. And she slips a piece of paper into your pocket, which is essentially, or not. I'm not staying. I'm being put up by the castle. She says, and she slips like a piece of paper in your pocket, which is essentially like an address to the home that is being paid for by her in the city. As she kind of turns, walks away, swaying her hips, kind of peeking over her shoulder one time as she walks off.
She wants that. Get it on.
I wave at her and walk back to the group, thinking that, well, at least I'm even with her now.
No.
She also tied into that modify memory thing that it was you who were the one that was saying that it wasn't legit for all those years, but you've thought better of it now, and
Fuck
there's
that,
no
Bill.
reason.
Oh.
There's no reason, since you got your W in the Gods Brawl, there's no reason for you to keep up that story.
I've been saying this since Bureau joined the game, that he's a piece of shit, and nobody fucking believed me. And now it's true.
Holy shit! Oh!
She leveled up recently and specifically changed out spells and took Modify Memories just so she could pull that on you.
Wow!
Yeah.
Oh!
And I should have counterspelled.
Oof. Yeah, wow.
This is
Too late
a better
now.
story. A better story.
Anyway, you turn and run to catch up with, as they're not that far away, you catch up with Noxus and Fike as they are currently looking for fires that there doesn't appear to be any.
I may be busy this evening, boys.
What? Why? Where are you going? Listen, you're the mom of the group. I need you. I can't handle these kids. They're gonna kill me. I'm so fucking stressed out right now. It's not even funny, and we're not even in New Draconia yet.
A gentleman never tells, and a Bureau never fails to let you know that he's going to hook up this evening.
Oh.
No, you don't
I'm making a
get
con save. I'm making a con save for throwing up.
Oh, wow.
You dry heave in your mouth a little bit, Fike, but
Fine.
you managed to not throw up.
You do not get to leave me with these kids, man. Don't do that to me.
Perfectly fine now. Oh. Damn.
You know what?
Epic
Fuck
Bill.
it. You know what? Fuck it. You're gonna do it anyways, Bureau. So let's go find these kids.
That's your consolation prize, Bureau. Wow.
I knew
Have
she was
fun
into
fucking
it.
Umbridge.
Disgusting.
I had a feeling that she did that just so she could get in your pants, Bureau, because she's always wanted to, and she thinks you don't like her because she cheated.
No.
Like, that's what I think.
That is
So
the
that's pretty
thing
crazy.
ever.
Maybe she actually has feelings for him, and that's why she modified memory, so he has
That
a better
is
outlook
evil
on
as
her.
fuck. That is
I'm not saying it's
terrifying.
It's like, they're not mutually exclusive.
It's
That is
fucked
like
up.
date rape level creepy.
It's really fucked up, but like
That's pretty fucked up.
it makes sense for the character.
Ugh.
Yeah,
I've known a few Umaras in my day.
Ugh.
Anyway,
As women or men?
as women.
Oh wow.
Should have handed me your
I've dated
hoops,
a
Bureau.
couple.
That's all I'm gonna say. You
I've
should have
dated a
handed me
couple.
those hoops.
What'd you say, Mike?
You should have handed me your hoops.
Eventually, Fike, Noxus, and Bureau, you guys ask around and find your way back to the Drunken Dragon, where you hear that there are a couple of new people in town, and you find Vanya and Orani not like passed out, and it's not from drinking, but it's all the meat that they ate. That they've gotten very lethargic.
No, it might be partly the alcohol too, for at
Might be
least
partly
already.
the ale too.
Yeah,
But it's more the copious amount of protein.
I
that
I
they've
go
eaten.
up and I poke him. Hey,
As they're both kind of like in that like
Oh,
leaning
hey,
back
you're
in their
back.
chairs, kind of like one button on their pants undone, kind of.
wakey, wakey.
What the fuck do you
Wakey,
want?
wakey.
I'm here.
It's how about we help you to bed? That sound good?
What? Wait. Why are we going to bread?
No, not bread. Bed.
What?
Sleep.
It's like
That's why I said going to bread.
it's like
Child, you
it's
don't
like
have to
3 in
put
the
things-
afternoon.
I don't think that word means what you think it means.
Nope.
You don't
Alright,
understand. It's a halfling thing.
Fike, are you strong? You're strong. Yeah,
I'm
help
very
me with
strong.
Vanya. Help me with Vanya.
Oh no. Oh.
What?
I mean, they can. No, they're not like that drunk. They can walk under their own power and everything.
Yeah.
They're not like white girl wasted. They're just.
Okay, Ronnie might be a slightly white
It's
girl
like-
wasted. Shit.
It's like that post Thanksgiving dinner kind of You know what I mean? Like
I've
that.
had a lot of meat to eat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's that for Vanya. It's a little bit the alcohol for Arani, though, because she's a cheap
Yeah.
girl.
Well, if Orani's white girl wasted, I will
She's
pick her
not.
up.
They're
Half
just
white girl wasted and half
Oh, then
meat.
she's
You're
fine.
fine.
She's fine then.
Burn down the
I heard
tower.
her say white girl wasted. So that's
Oh
why
no, they
I-
went back and forth to different taverns like multiple times, and it took like
they've got
one
like a
drink.
nice buzz going, but
We
they're
were-
not like.
It took one
Okay.
drink to get her wasted to the last place.
Town with only 2 bars.
Mm-hmm.
Fine.
What is this, like
One
the third time back at this place, though?
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing you guys.
Plus, with the amount you drink, Orani, I imagine you've got a pretty decent tolerance at this point. So.
He's got a con
think.
plus of 0.
Zero, God.
Yeah,
I call
yeah.
bullshit.
She's also a halfling,
That
so.
that.
Noxus can hold his alcohol better, probably.
Hmm.
And he doesn't drink.
No, she has like
Often,
minimum
yeah.
body weight. She's like what, 40 pounds?
Oh, jeez. Holy cow.
Halfling.
She's only like 3 feet tall.
Yeah, she's 3 feet tall.
They literally hold her in the air. It's just like, I got you.
No, you only hold one person in this group by their neck, the scruff of their neck, and that's me. So stop.
Oh shit, marital spat.
The whole setup like that.
But anyway, you've all reconvened at the Drunken Dragon to make whatever plans that you want to make.
Well, I have some commissions I can start. And we can head over to Gilmore's to get some stuff ready for when she gets here and show her around. I don't know if she's ever been here. So, I mean, as lords, we also got to do something. We got to make Bureau a lord. We got to do that. That's got to happen.
Wait,
I
wait,
assume
step
that-
back. What the fuck are you talking about now? I feel like I missed like half of a conversation. Probably all of the conversation because, we've been here.
Oh, yeah. We gotta go to New Draconia, and we need to make Bureau a lord before we leave.
Well, you can't make him a lord.
Make him a
can-
knight.
Make him like a knight in your service.
Oh, then we'll do that.
Yeah.
We have to find the paperwork. I assume it's in Ren's old room.
Yeah, only the
Because he
Chamber of
took care of all
Whitestone
that.
can make new lords. You guys can just, like, you know how like the Queen, like knights, like actors,
Right.
like you can, and musicians, you can knight him as a knight of the first house of Whitestone.
Why the
Then
fuck
maybe-
are you going through fucking bureaucracy? I thought you had to go kill some shit in New Draconia or something. I
We're
don't
going
know.
to.
Yeah, I thought we were gonna go fight dragons.
Whoa,
Yeah.
whoa. We are not killing anyone when we go to Draconia.
Wait, why the fuck did you bring me?
This is
That-
a
you
fucking
say that?
political mission. If one person dies, war breaks out. We do not need that.
Pretty
No.
sure
Okay.
someone's gonna die, Nox.
You also keep saying that things are going to happen on our missions, though, and none of them have panned out so far.
You said we fucking fight a lot of stuff. What the fuck did Tara send me here for then?
They keep trying to not fight things, and I'll
What
lean
the
over
fuck?
to
You
it.
just told me
And-
otherwise like yesterday.
We try and
because
fail
it
a
never
lot.
works.
Fair
So
enough.
we'll probably fight something.
Not fighting.
Oh, because
Well,
you're fucking
perfect for
terrible at
me.
not fighting shit. Got it. So expect to fight a lot of shit in this New Draconia place. Got it.
Not. I regret to inform you, at least one Draconian is going to die.
Oh yeah, scoring.
What?
So
Fuck.
that
Fuck, and he's the leader. Oh shit, how are we gonna do this?
What?
he's not. We don't. All right. Story time. So I have a personal vendetta with a Draconian over there. Black Dragonborn.
He's a prick.
Yeah, he killed someone very close to me
My
back
bad.
in my youth, so he needs to die.
Yes, horrible death.
Got it. Horrible
But-
death.
Cool.
We're gonna try to make that look like a
Accident.
accident. Yes, which I have a good idea of how to do that, but
Would I recognize, like, is he wearing vestments or
Vanya
anything like
starts
that?
chuckling under
Oh,
his
yeah.
breath.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, he's wearing the vestments of a priest of Saren Ray.
So, like, looking him up and down, just being like, okay,
Wait,
you got some shit going on, Padre.
wait, you you're realizing this now. You understand that we've gone out drinking and we got shit faced and.
Oh yeah, but I'm sure like plenty of people can drink and still be, I don't know, all this and just vague gestures to him, but generally they don't try to, like, assassinate. I don't fucking know what the hell Terran race tens are. I thought they weren't that.
Saren Ray believes that bad people need to die, and he is a bad person.
Okay.
Oh,
Whatever. As long as I got to beat some shit out of some people,
Yes,
that's what Tara promised me. So I told her I'd do it.
Combat is almost guaranteed. But
Great.
it's not necessary to knight me. I'm a spy, not a glory seeker, and the title doesn't really become something that I'm in need of. But I appreciate that.
But Bureau, you can't sleep in the house if you're not a knight. So we have to knight all of you.
What?
Fuck that, I'll sleep on the lawn.
It's the new rule.
Like
I'm sure I
said,
can get a spot in a
fuck
tavern
that,
somewhere.
I'll sleep on the lawn.
Gosh damn it, fine. It's not a fucking rule.
You all have fucking ghosts as your staff. Who the fuck's gonna tell?
Why the fuck wouldn't you want to be a knight? Gosh damn it.
That's
Why
a
would
lot
I
of fucking
want to
paperwork
be
and
a
work.
knight?
That's-
Sounds like a
Need
lot
an
of
ale,
responsibility it sounds like a lot of responsibility and noble bullshit and possibly wizard bullshit that I don't need to deal with in exchange for an obligation to do the things that I was already going to do.
Yeah, thank you! Finally someone fucking gets it! That is some hierarchical shit. I don't want to deal with it.
My brain hurts
I don't know what this hierarchy shit is, but if that's what knighting is, then I want no part of it.
Bingo. See, this guy knows what he's fucking talking about. And just like elbowing Vanya somewhere that probably isn't his rib cage.
Oh, Ronnie, if you don't sober up at least
His quad,
if you don't
maybe?
sober up at least 25% in the next 20 minutes, I'm going to completely sober you. Because you are screaming in my head. It sounds like you're screaming in my ear. You need to fix your volume.
Oh, welcome to my fucking life. Almost every day. Oh, you don't know what the hell goes on in here.
I mean, you could tell us. We've kind of expressed some things to you, and you shared kind of very little, unless like.
How'd you become such a good fighter?
I'm not asking you to talk about yourself, but if you would like to talk about yourself, I think that'd be beneficial.
I don't have a fucking problem talking about myself. I'm a fucking gladiator. It's part of the shtick. What do you want to know?
Well, you just said it's a shtick. So is that not what you are?
Not what I'm
Where's
not.
your big weapon?
Oh, I put patience away, or persuasion away for now. Figured it's better not wander around with that.
And what do you mean you put it away? Wait. Did you put it away like this? And I pull out my spear.
Like summon your spear?
Yeah.
Yeah, so in a flash of radiant light, this spear appears in his hand.
Oh, okay. So you can do that shit too. First things first, probably not a good idea to do it in a tavern. I learned that the hard way.
I look around, I'm like, I don't fucking care, I'm bored.
Stop polishing your spear in the bar, Noxious.
I'm
gonna go get us drinks. I need.
Drinks are provided.
Yeah. But yeah, kind of like that. And she'll just kind of lazily kind of hold out a hand and do the same thing and to just kind of like grip in the hand and then it's on the ground next to her.
Yeah, it's a slightly different summoning. It's not like a flash of radiant light. It's less divine and more arcane.
Yeah, it's kind of like this swirl of blue energy that kind of starts from the hand, creates creates it out of it, and then that you see that same swirl in the actual thing from the picture.
What else can you do?
Well, I mean, you saw it in the ring. I'm really good at weapons. What can I say?
As Vanya would say, do you know wizard bullshit?
I ain't no fucking wizard. I mean, like, persuasion, I don't know, gave me a little bit of magic. I don't really fucking understand it that well just yet. It's kind of new, but I can do a couple things. I don't really know how to explain it at the moment without like a fight.
I take a tankard and I put it on.
A
Is it
fight
pretty
can
empty
be
in here?
arranged.
At this point, it's like 3 in the afternoon, so yeah, it's kind of between the lunch and like right in the middle of between the lunch and dinner shifts. So you guys are kind of like the only ones here at the moment.
All right, so I put a tankard. I actually put 3 tankards on a table far away from us, and I look at her. I was like, "Can you do this?" And I will cast Eldritch Blast at all 3 of them.
So you blast all 3 tankards into oblivion, and you hear, "Hey, you gonna be paying for those?"
I throw her 10 gold.
Okay. She just takes.
That's a waste of perfectly good tankards.
Fucking lords.
I got that Lord money, bitch.
Fucking lords.
Making a hail on this motherfucker.
Takes the
Gold
10
coin.
gold, which would buy her enough tankards to last the rest of her life, and
Yeah, so Ronnie kind of
proceeds to not care.
Throwing money around.
arches a brow at that and just kind of leans in her seat like this, like, nah, that ain't my style. I generally use a longbow for that kind of shit.
Okay.
I can do this, and she makes just a random, like, the same blue sort of glow mage hand come up and, like, poke him on the forehead.
Oh, ow. It hurts so bad. Ow.
Don't fucking patronize me, tree.
I'm a scaly fucking then. And then I will produce my own mage hand and
I got one too, huh?
kind of
High five.
flicker. Oh yeah, I'll give her a high five with it.
It's been really fucking helpful for, all those hive shelves.
Yeah, it came in handy, and it almost fucked us, I guess. From what Vanya told us.
Oh, really? I might need that story.
I opened up a door to a beholder.
Oh.
Yeah, wasn't a smart idea.
Yeah.
I have no
probably
idea if she
told her
knows what a
that
beholder is, but...
I probably told her that story at least.
Okay.
It's the coolest thing that's happened to him in like the last week. So
That's fair. Well, that's weird.
Do you have like a cleanly problem? Like, do you like to be clean?
Speaking of which, snaps and some, I guess, like, probably some of the Go Phoebe Poe that might have been, like, still on her face, something like that, just off.
You actually see Nox kind of get a little sad. He's like, oh, okay, never mind.
Well, I thought it was just you. Same.
No.
Hey, I get sweaty a fucking lot in the ring. What can I say? It's a little bit of the boons I got from persuasion over here.
It's Persavian.
Yeah, persuasion, got it.
Sir Persavian Shaito, commander of the 9 armies of the Resistance against the evil Drassic.
I'm never gonna fucking remember all of that. Plus, persuasion sounds so good when you say it. Like, do we need to use persuasion? It works really well, and it. Never mind. You don't understand.
No, I mean you see her having a conversation.
I'm like looking at her. I'm like,
but it's only here. But it's like she's having a conversation, a one-sided conversation.
are you talking to somebody?
Somebody's. I guess technically, I don't know. What, you don't talk to all this, and she's holding on to the. Just taps the edge of the thing slightly.
What thing?
Oh, sorry, her weapon.
Her big club-looking thing.
The Tetsubo.
You mean my spear?
Yeah, isn't that what gave you your powers? I don't know. I assume you found some shit.
Oh, no. I get my powers from Bahamut, dragon. He does talk to me though. Not as often as I would like, but he talks to me.
Gods
huh?
do that.
Gods, you too? Just she's gonna like think back in her mind. So you're not some kind of weird god that I don't know about, huh? Persuasion.
No, I am not a deity.
I should
I like
probably have
persuasion.
asked how this fucking works, but honestly, I don't care.
We've had this conversation before.
Yeah, I was probably drunk at the time and don't remember. We'll figure it out eventually. And then she looks
Do you
back.
talk to your sword or weapon?
Yeah, or at least it tries to talk to me. I don't really know what the fuck happened. I fought somebody in the pits at one point, like a few months ago, and just kind of got chimeled, you know.
Kymel. What's Kymel?
Oh,
the Shanghai of Taldore. She got shanghaied.
What's that?
You know, I don't know. I beat this fighter, and he apparently thought I did better, so now he's with me.
Ah, that makes sense.
Always telling me about, honorable combat and stuff, but he hasn't tried to force me to do any shit, so as long as he doesn't try to do that, I'm okay with it for now. But he can nag. He's such a fucking nag, you don't even know.
It's not nagging, it's trying to guide you down the right path.
He goes, guiding down the right path. Just kind of leaning in back in her chair.
Are you saying that talks to you? And it has a name, and it's a he.
Yeah, persuasion, like I said.
have you ever tried getting it like identified at a magic shop so you know exactly what you're handling?
Honestly, I don't fucking care as long as I can fight. And as long as he doesn't try to like force my hand. So far so good. It's kind of
Can he drink?
He's a fucking mallet
He's
thing.
magical!
I don't know, can you drink? I don't that's a weird question.
I don't have a mouth.
Yeah, he doesn't have a mouth. That's what I thought.
He's like, stop asking me stupid questions.
I guess he's technically drinking vicariously then, right? And she holds up the big thing and takes a long drink.
All right. Did the talking thing, did that come with your persuasion? Or
Yeah.
Could you do that before? Okay.
Oh, no. No.
all right.
It's just a thing I don't know, born with it. I don't know.
Maybelline, got it.
I don't really know much, yeah. Wait, what?
No, we're just trying to figure out. Well,
Yeah, I get it.
It's beneficial for all of us, I think.
Yeah, she just kind of gives a shrug. Yeah, I don't really know how to explain it. I'm an orphan. I don't know fuck shit about my past.
Yeah, the orphans. High five.
Mage hand.
Yeah, orphan as fuck, yo. Orphan for life.
Sure. That's usually
Why would
how
that
good.
be something you'd celebrate?
It's whatever.
Wait, Vanya, do you have parents? Are you an orphan?
No, I had parents. What, did you think Cord just spoke, "Here shall be Vanya, the baddest of them all," and I appeared in a bolt of lightning?
Fuck yes, I want that to be fucking true.
Honestly, yeah.
I had parents.
Was.
I had siblings. They're just not here.
If you're trying to pick someone up at a bar, I'd recommend you use that line.
Oh, hell yeah, do it.
Oh,
Do it.
A long time since I tried to pick anybody up at a bar, but I'll take your word for it.
So what else? Talk to me. She's drinking again.
So I am a reformed thief. That's what this getup is about.
Okay. Interesting getup.
I mean, it's Saren Ray is, my everything. I kind of just looked to Nox. right now.
What?
But nothing.
Marital spat already?
Yeah. Oh, but we, I'm getting away from it. All the bad that I used to do growing up.
Great. But still assassinations on the table. Got it.
Right. Well, I mean, old habits die hard.
No, we in the Sarenrae circle call it, righteous justice.
Right.
What a good euphemism.
Yes. Yeah, much
Pike
like
herself would say.
Those
much
who
like
cannot be redeemed must be immolated in holy fire.
yeah, and it's my jurisdiction to dish that out where I see fit. So, Sarenrae, be more specific or fuck off.
Sorry, I didn't quite pay attention with all the religious shit when that came up in school.
It's all new to me as well, for the most part.
What about
also
you,
not
other
very
pretty
good at
boy? Looking at Viero.
Oh, this is sharing time. Oh, cool.
Hey, y'all started it.
What do you want to know?
I don't know. You said you were a spy, and also you seem to know Tara somehow.
Yeah, she was on one of my later missions. I haven't actually been doing a whole lot of spying in a while now that I think about it. But
I assume ever since you joined up with this group.
a little bit before that. But yeah, Tara was on one of my more important missions to the Rife and Mist, and we were trying to find a teammate that we left behind and get her back.
Yeah, so that was the other thing she was talking about that I have to help you with afterwards. Sounds about right. Yeah, I did some missions for her way back in the day.
Such as?
Dylan gives like a really big, like kind of raspy sigh, and then just kind of shakes her head. Merc work. I've gotten out of it since. It was not my bag. Let's just say the group that found me raised me, basically. I had to pay it back by doing some mercenary work later on. It was too much military type shit, and I got out. But did some work for her before then. But then met back up with her when I stopped by Craghammer, and she helped me out, so that's why I'm here.
Did that group have a name?
She seems a bit hesitant to say it. It's at a wild mount called the Order of Sohei.
Oh, I don't know them. Oh wait, would I know? I was from Wild Mountain.
No.
Okay.
Would I know them?
Make a intelligence check.
Gonna say no.
That's
Never heard of
religion.
them. Same modifier, probably.
Yeah, same modifier.
Just say it's kind of like a fucking cult. And I was glad to finally just leave.
Oh, those are fun.
Pick up orphans or anyone down their luck. I was just the former. Raise them up, teach them how to fight. Eventually pay it back through mercenary work. But it was too much hierarchy bullshit. So I just left in the night.
Sorry to hear that.
Fike's a little bit tongue-tied real quick, just for going, we have a similar backstory. That's terrible.
I'm not the only one.
Well, if Tara trusts you, then so do I.
Yep.
Yeah, Tara's a good one. I was just kind of visiting her when I came into town, and she helped me out when I had a little problem, so I owed her a favor.
What little problem?
Well, we were having we were having drinks. I was in town. I was going to sign up for the Brawlers League, which you saw me in. Might have gotten a little too drunk and might have broadcast that that Broadstaff guy that runs the league wasn't exactly my cup of tea, because, found out he was not exactly a fighter, but running a fighting pit, and I thought it was kind of bullshit. But it might have gotten back to him.
Well, if he
He's
wasn't
kind of
a
a dick.
fighter, then what's the problem? He can come defend his pussy ass on his own.
Like I said, he wasn't a fighter, but he was running a Brawlers League.
Yeah.
But it got back to him, and Tara was luckily able to, smooth shit over so I could actually fight and continue to fight. So I guess I owe her one. And here I am.
Yeah.
Well, I know that Brawlers League victories are nothing to sneeze at, so you've got some skill.
Some skill. I'll take that as a compliment.
Well, that's
What about you, pretty boy? What do you do?
Who, me? Me? Oh.
No, all three of you, technically, but...
We all have names.
Technically, those two are the pretty boys, and you two are the trees, and pointing at Vanya and Noxus for their height.
I kind of look down at everybody. I'm like, yeah.
I look down at Noxus and like, yeah.
Wait, so
I
what
look
pretty
up
boy-
at Vanya.
This is Fike, and that's Vero, and we both have names and different personalities. So what pretty boy were you referring?
Hey, I'm pretty too.
Either or,
Mike.
both. Technically, I'm learning. This is learning time. This is story time right now. What I'm hearing.
No, you're perfect, Nox. You're not pretty.
Also, she's just drinking and eating through this. She's just on bar snacks. Doesn't even have to put anything
How bad
down.
is the smell in this place? I need to know. Does it smell like brisket?
It doesn't smell like brisket. It just smells like...
Tavern.
She's over the Gofibi Pope for now. It's mostly bar
it just
peanuts
smells like a
and stuff.
tavern. Yeah.
It's like trail mix at the moment and booze.
Fine old wood soaked in ale for decades.
All right. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
And a little bit of fireplace smell.
Well, now we've got 2 Brawlers League champions.
Wait, we do.
2?
We do.
Who's the
Looking
second?
around.
Hi.
Oh, you.
You.
Huh?
Just once. It was fun.
Huh.
How the hell did you manage that?
Once upon a time, I was more focused on my sword skills than my magic. And managed to pull a squeeze out a win.
Well, respect for that. And she'll lift up her drink and just kind of do the quick cheers and take another drink.
I joined her in the drink.
So, swordsman, got it. You said you were a thief.
Former thief.
Former thief. So what do you do now? Besides, I guess, this.
The preacher.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so...
Look, not everyone, saw right through it, apparently. I had these, and I point to Nox and Vero, thoroughly fooled for quite a long time. And now Vanya apparently is in on it, so... Hi, Vanya.
Hi.
Fooling your husband.
Also-
Damn.
The husband thing's also new.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just kind of started doing it one day.
I'm not sure how that works,
Literally.
but I'll take your word for it.
He...
Like,
You want to say it or should I?
No, go ahead, Nox. Go ahead.
It's a little bit of an inside joke. That he has a ring of storing spell slots, and I gave it to him, and he thought I was proposing. So married.
So you weren't actually... Are you not actually married? What...
No, not really.
Yes.
But you at least proposed.
No,
I mean,
didn't.
he got down on one knee and he said, "Fike, you take this ring,
No, I
and don't
didn't.
you ever take it off."
That sounds like a proposal.
That's
That
I didn't
really
even have
does
to.
sound like a proposal, at
I
least
just put it in
around
his
here.
hand. Ah.
your words were, "I put it on him," like Beyonce.
On.
Who the
Yes.
fuck's Beyonce?
Lady Beyonce Knowles.
I'm sure.
I mean,
I'm sure Persavian knows that.
I got the better deal of it. I think I got the better deal of it because I was Beyonce. No.
Wait, so are you fucking together or not? You're so fucking confusing me right now.
I mean,
Confusing me too.
Yeah, you're confusing me too.
Well, that's a good sign for the future of your
fine,
relationship.
fine. And I grab Knox by the back of his shirt and I pick him up and I walk him to the other side of the bar.
Hey, how the fuck are you doing this?
Huh? I'm very
Ooh,
strong. Follow
not
me.
marital spat.
Hey, okay, I'm coming.
Just watches them go with a horse chuckle.
Take it to your room, guys.
Well,
Let's go to the other side of the bar.
guess
Decide
that's
that
happening.
Your lords are fucking weird.
They are.
Is
They're
that
good
is that like a broadcast thing? Like her talking? Is that like a?
At the moment,
Is it
it's a
like-
broadcast to the group,
Oh,
but
all right.
Yeah. She can kind of. Normally, with the Ghostwise Halfling, it's you're only allowed to do it for people within 30 feet
in one person at a time. But
and one person at a time. But for the sake of not having,
not
to
having
deal
you
with that-
translate every time.
yeah, not having to have someone translate every time she says something to one of you, I'm allowing it to kind of be to the group.
Yeah, I'll say when it's one person though.
All right, that's cool. And I'll
I
just
mean-
sit Knox down. I just look at him and I go. So we're talking about it now. So, what did that mean,
What?
Joe? Yeah, I smack him.
What the fuck? Why'd you do that?
Huh? Because you're acting stupid, and I know you're smarter than that. What did it mean?
We have to do that now.
We're doing it now. We're doing it now quietly in this very isolated tavern with our friends 35 feet away.
35 feet away.
Just out of earshot.
Very oddly.
Oddly
I-
specific. But
That's past what I can broadcast to them at least.
Yes. I don't want ooh. No, ooh, girl.
I don't know. Yes.
So it was a gesture that meant nothing.
I. Way you want it to, probably not. I thought I did, and when I did it, I did the same as probably you did. I don't know how to explain.
Well, if you felt the way I did, that means something. Like if I go out tonight and I perform and I sleep with many, many very handsome individuals,
Yeah,
would you be very, very upset at me?
no.
I insight check him.
make an insight check.
Do I need to make a check?
We'll see how good his insight check is first. Are you being truthful, Noxus?
Yeah.
So there you go. He honestly, it would not bother him.
In the way that you want it.
Yeah.
All right. So the married joke still stays what's inside the group then.
Okay. I'm sorry. You're like the closest thing I've ever had.
To what you cut out
Yeah,
there?
you've been cutting out.
Oh, sorry. You're like the closest thing I've had to family, and I don't want you to. I don't.
You cut out again completely.
Completely cut out. Yeah.
Fucker.
I feel like it's only when you do the Knox voice that you cut out.
Okay, I'm just gonna say it in my voice. So he says, "You're the closest thing I have to family. I don't want you to think I don't care about you or love you. And I know this must really suck because I know what you want is more, but I can't provide that. But know that I know how precious you are, how amazing you are. So if someone doesn't treat you right, they're gonna have to go to me. That's what family does." And I guess that kiss was me seeing if I felt that same way. And I, unfortunately, am sorry.
Mm-hmm. Well, I kind of just grab his cheek and I pinch it a little bit and I go, "I'll make sure that your mom never knows." And
It's okay if you
I'll,
want to make right.
no, it's fine. It's fine. I got it. Fike will just stand up and he'll walk back to the table. We are not going steady for all you gossip hounds.
Okay. Good to know.
I
My
think we
condolences,
And I
guess.
think we. Oh, sorry. And I think we did figure it out. It literally cuts out when you do the Knox voice. It must be
Apparently.
something
Really?
about you doing the deeper, raspy thing that your microphone just doesn't.
Yeah, you need to.
I'll try and do it
adjust
higher.
your.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm using
a
my
higher
phone.
gravel voice.
Yeah.
How is this? Is this better?
Yeah. I mean, actually, that went through
It
completely.
literally must be it because when you just talk, it's fine. But when you do the Knox voice, is when it cuts in and out all the
Yeah,
time.
there's got to be a decibel settings that you could
Yeah.
change on your phone.
Oh yeah. It's probably
that
the
way.
gate.
Yeah.
How do I
Probably
change
something
that?
like
For the voice and video on your Discord settings, you can set the automatic determine input sensitivity. You can set that lower instead.
You'll have to show me after.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll do it after. But anyway, you guys come back to the table as it's getting a little bit later in the day, probably before dinner time. And as the dungeon master, I would like to ask, what are your plans as a party? Now that you guys have had a little bit of time to get to know the new characters and everything, what are your plans so that I know what we're doing?
Probably a good idea.
Sorry.
Oh, God.
I mean,
What are our plans?
with the downtime, I wanted to go to Gilmore's or like a Smith and kind of see if I can get something commissioned together with them because I have a rugby-sized ball of mithril and I have some dragon scales. So I want to see if they can make either some sort of weapon or armor, both of some sorts.
Well, with the dragon hide and scales, they can most certainly make armor out of that.
Would it be kind
And how
of
much do you have of
stupid?
it again?
130 pounds. I think.
You could probably make a couple suits of armor out of it.
Okay.
Yeah, you could probably make, depending on what kind of armor you want to make, you might be able to make a couple sets of armor out of it. And with the mithril, you probably don't have enough to make any armor out of it, but you could probably make a weapon out of it, depending on the weapon.
What's the benefit of mithril in a weapon?
The benefit of mithril in a weapon is there isn't actually one mechanically, like out of the DMG or out of player's handbook or anything like that. So for
I thought I found something where it says that it basically if it's a longsword, it's not considered a finesse weapon, but it's like light as a finesse weapon.
yeah, well, I was gonna say it.
Oh.
If it's as long as it's not like a specifically two-handed weapon, like a glaive or a halberd or a great sword or a great axe or a maul or something like that. If it's like a long sword or anything that's kind of like a one-handed weapon, it can be considered a finesse weapon, and it acts as the same as like being silvered, and it also because it's such a high quality material, it allows it to be more easily enchanted.
Nice.
Well, yeah. So, anybody want to make this dragon stuff into armor? You're yeah, use it, right?
Yeah, I could. The armor that I have is probably as good as I'm likely to get without breaking our bank.
Well, I mean, it's blue scaled dragon. I mean, we can make this like, I don't know. Maybe we can like what out of character DM armor.
Sorry?
Out of character bureau DM armor. Would I know that?
I believe I can. Let's see. Yeah, I can.
So
I've got +1 breastplate right now.
Yeah, so I basically say that you can have armor like me.
Sure. Yeah, anything that makes me a little harder to hit or harder to damage.
That
It's
is
okay.
possible, right, DM?
For what?
Half plate. We can make with what we have, half plate.
With the amount of hide you have, if you guys want, we can go straight into the downtime stuff, where it's
You
kind
guys
of
good with
outside.
that, or is there any more else you wanted to do?
Like,
I'm pretty much just going to be shopping with you and hooking up with Amara, apparently. So.
It's maybe checking out the Gilmore place they were talking about, and I guess probably sparring with Vanya at one point.
all right.
Yeah,
In the training
Knox
area.
will actually join in on. Knox will join in on that because he's gotten a lot stronger.
All right. So the last question I have then, mechanically, is if you guys are going to be taking downtime, what is the message then that you send Bureau to Terra as far as when to come? Like, are you guys taking just the rest? Like, well, this day is kind of gone, but like, are you just taking tomorrow, and then leaving the next day, or are you taking a couple of days? Or are you taking a week, or are you waiting to find out how long the commissions are going to take before you leave, or what's the
2 days max, I would say.
Yeah, probably. I mean, unless anybody wants to stay longer than that, I don't have a need to.
Yeah, I think it's gonna take. Everyone okay with that?
So you're taking 2 days. So if today is Wednesday, then you would want
To leave Saturday.
to leave Saturday. So Tara shows up on Friday so that she can teleport you away on Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we'll take her out on.
All right. So as far as armor and stuff, you find the one smith in town who is high enough quality of a weapon and armor smith that is recommended to you by Percy as the one who does the work for the chamber and stuff that can actually work with this kind of material. And you have what was it, 140 pounds of scale and hide from the blue dragon.
130.
130. So you could make the most that you could make out of that would be a set of what's essentially half plate and a breastplate. If you wanted to make two, that's like the most you could use of it.
Is make a breastplate.
A breastplate and a set of a breastplate and a set of half plate.
Oh, so we can make both. Okay.
Yeah, because you have so much of it.
Okay.
And what it would do
Good idea.
mechanically is it would 1 second. I did. It would have a +1 bonus to it, and it would give you resistance to lightning damage. It also gives you advantage on saving throws against frightful presence, the ability that dragons have and other creatures have, and it gives you advantage on the breath weapons of blue dragons specifically. Additionally, you can focus your senses as an action to magically discern the distance and direction to the closest dragon within 30 miles of you that is the same type as the armor. And so this would all be for blue dragons. But it grants you +1 bonus to your AC. It requires attunement. It grants you a +1 bonus to your AC. It grants you resistance to lightning damage, advantage on saves against the frightful presence ability, and advantage on breath weapons against blue dragons, if you should happen to run into any in the future.
I'm kind of out of attunement slots, so I don't know if I could really use it or not. It might be like something we keep in the bag of holding as a reserve unless somebody else wants it.
I mean, like you can use breastplate, right? Would that be beneficial to you?
I much prefer if we made studded leather.
You could do that.
I can make you studded leather. Studded leather dragon.
That would be much more beneficial to me. Although, like taking a breastplate would make my AC go down.
Okay.
There's already +1 studded leather technically.
Yeah, but this one would be more of dragon.
That would be the dragon.
Yeah, which is actually very beneficial.
Wait, does that require attunement though?
It would still require attunement, yeah.
Yeah, I'll skip that. I'm just gonna grab.
+1 breastplate would be AC neutral for Vanya and give him all the other stuff.
Yeah, fuck with all of Alrani's shit, so nope. Also, probably way too big.
Can Vanya have?
Vanya, what?
Can Vanya have half plate?
Yeah, it's a medium.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Yes, he can. It's a medium armor. Barbarians can wear medium armor.
So if we make the half plate, we'll just give you the half plate, so it'll actually bump up.
Sure. That would be dope.
And then, how many scales would we have left?
If you made half blue dragon half plate.
Yeah, just that.
You'd probably have like 30 pounds left over, which would be enough to make you could also make scale mail out of it, or you can make scale mail or half plate, and then you'd have enough left over where you could make a breastplate or any of like or any of the with the hide, any of the light armors.
Okay.
If everybody's cool, let me know. We're gonna make half on you, and then it's really up to Bureau or Fight if I'm making half plate or studded leather.
You could do half plate and studded leather if you wanted.
I'm full on my attunement slot, so I can't take anything with magic armor. So I got to get regular +1 magic armor, so it's not attuned.
The other thing that half plate would improve my AC, but it would give me disadvantage on stealth.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, either I'd say maybe we just hold off on spending the money on that.
Okay, so we'll just make half plate then for Vanya.
Yeah. I don't care about stealth disadvantage. I'm only at a +1 for stealth anyway.
Same here. Same here, but I have
Uh,
a feat that gives it to me, so.
All right, so you find the person that does the commission as you are providing the material that lowers the cost. But for them to make this set of Blue Dragons half plate is going to take them at least it's going to take them a week, and it's going to cost 2,000 gold pieces for them to do the work.
Say the word, Vanya. It's up to you.
if you're comfortable lending me that much money, I don't think I've ever had 2,000 gold in my life.
Yeah, we're good.
I was gonna say the same,
right.
and then he gave me 50 platinum. So
All right,
and done.
then let's do it.
All right, that'll be done in a week.
Bag of holding is updated.
Uh,
Also, I would like to sell him 6 studded leather armors that we have, 6 short swords we have,
okay. Just regular
and
mundane studded leather armor
yeah,
and short swords.
yeah.
Yeah, he'll buy them off you. You can sell them. For the studded leather, he'll give you 25 gold pieces each for them.
Okay.
And
What about the short swords?
the short swords, he'll give you 5 gold pieces each.
5. All right, I think that's a fair deal. And they're just taking up space anyway. 5, 50. All right, 180. So those are done. I inquire if he takes magical weapons as well.
You can talk to Sherry at Gilmore's about buying that stuff off of you if you're looking to offload some of that stuff.
Yeah, I'm looking to offload Biden.
Yeah, if you want to go to Gilmore's and talk to Sherry, she'll buy that stuff off of you, probably.
Okay. And guys, if I'm selling anything you want to tell me, just because I don't want to sell it. If
You're good, bud.
Yeah, you're
I'm
good.
just trying to clear up some space. So
I'm
yeah,
curious.
I'll go to Sherry and I will sell her. Crap, where is it? I don't think anybody's using it.
Sell her what?
+1 trident.
Oh, the +1 trident?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she says that she will buy that off of you.
That was Crux's
And
tried it, wasn't it?
It was.
yeah, and I would also like to +1 half plate.
The +1 half plate?
Yeah.
Yeah. So for the +1 half plate, she'll give you 1,000 gold pieces.
Okay.
And for the +1 trident, she'll give you 500 gold pieces.
All right.
I'd like to pick up like 250 gold worth of magical chalks from Sherry.
Sure, they have that available.
So that was 200.
250.
Okay.
And I would be curious if Sherry's got anything particularly interesting in stock.
If Sherry has anything particularly interesting in stock.
Go on.
Is there something in the vein of things that you're looking for? Like potions or rings or jewelry or armor?
Potions and wondrous items.
Yes.
Potions and wondrous items, you say.
Sherry,
baby.
And Bill, when we get back around, whenever you're done, I'm gonna sell the firebrand unless
what?
somebody wants it. Firebrand longsword sales.
Oh, the firebrand longsword?
Yeah.
She'll give you another 1,000 for that if you're willing
Another
to part with
1,000.
it. Yep.
Yeah.
Sherry has available. There it is. She has, as far as potions are concerned, she has a potion of fire breathing, if you're interested in that. She has a potion of climbing, a potion of fire giant strength, a potion of speed.
How much is the fire giant strength?
The potion of fire giant strength is 5,000 gold pieces.
And the potion of speed.
The potion of speed is 7,500 gold pieces.
That's right. We don't have haste anymore.
We do not.
Oh wait, doesn't Fike have it?
No.
Oh boy. Things got a little bit harder.
Yeah, but 7,500 is kind of a lot for a 1-minute use.
Yeah.
What about wondrous items?
Well, she also has a potion of invulnerability.
Sensual.
I'm sorry, I misread that. The potion of invulnerability is 7,500 gold pieces. The potion of speed is 4,000 gold pieces.
It's not too bad. Oh, also, go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just saying that could be something for the maybe pile.
Yeah. Did we want this saddle of Cavalier?
Yes.
Not
Getting her back. Oh wait, no, she didn't need it, right?
No,
Yeah, she
that's
didn't
why we
want it.
didn't.
No, yeah,
Yeah.
she didn't need it. You put it on Fike's horse, if I'm not
Yeah,
mistaken.
we put it on Valor.
I've been
I
using it
thought-
for weird sex stuff.
Right.
Oh yeah, no, I can't sell that now.
It
So
had
Fike,
wear and tear on it.
so
Lots
Fike,
of badly used.
go into the bag of holding and take that out and put that in your inventory.
I imagine it bamps in and out with Valor. It bamps
Because
away.
John
with
doesn't
Valor.
even want to touch the text.
They also have.
I-
She also has potions of healing if you're interested.
I think that'd be important.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm looking for something specific, but I don't know.
She has, as far as wondrous items are concerned, she has a cloak of displacement.
Interesting.
She has a few rings, a ring of evasion, a ring of feather falling, and a ring of free action, and a ring of protection.
Oh, all cool. How much are
All
those?
really good.
She also has some magical ammunition, arrows and bolts.
Tempting.
I think the displacer cloak would work very well for you, Onani. Orani?
Orani.
Orani, okay. I feel like I'm saying it wrong.
It means little Oni.
Orani.
Yeah, it's tempting. Don't suppose any chance some specific gauntlets. So you know.
Some specific gauntlets.
Just some
That
gauntlets.
fits the theme. Wink, wink.
They do not have those in
Damn.
stock at the moment.
Someday.
Oh no.
I will never stop looking.
Someday it will be glorious.
How much is a set of +1 studded leather armor?
You have a set of
You have a
+1
set of-
studded leather armor.
We have Cortana's a set of studded leather armor.
Yes.
Just wear it.
Yes, you do.
Honor her.
It will look smashing on you.
It's got rose stamps and everything.
Fitting for Fike. Because he is a rose.
How much were the
You
rings?
shut up!
in
You
the
broke
cloak?
my heart tonight.
Oh, that's true.
Ooh.
I'm trying to fix it.
You're not. You're making it worse.
Sorry.
Sorry, what was the question, Bureau?
How much were the rings in the cloak?
The Cloak of Displacement is 9,000 gold pieces. The Ring of Evasion is 12,000 gold pieces.
Oh my gosh, it gets higher.
The Ring of Feather Falling is 5,000 gold pieces. The Ring of Free Action is 15,000 gold pieces, and the +1 Ring of Protection is 15,000 gold pieces.
Yeesh.
Holy mackerel.
What do we
They are
have?
powerful magic items,
Mm-hmm.
They are indeed.
We have.
and you guys are pretty flush at the moment.
We have.
Speak for everyone
Yeah,
else.
speak for your
As far as the party funds are concerned.
Yeah.
We have.
You guys have a pretty sizable chunk of a dragon horde in your bag of holding.
Yeah, we have 5,000 gold. Yeah, 5,000 gold, 2,000 platinum, and then we got
Which is
diamond
20,000
fuse.
gold.
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit, we have 20,000 gold?
And
Oh my
That's
gosh.
what platinum is.
I
And
didn't.
platinum.
Oh
That's
man,
why
I'm
we-
having a brain overload.
Stop converting it. If
Yeah,
you
that's
stop
why we gotta
converting it, we'll know exactly how much gold.
I didn't convert it. I have left it the way it is since he said stop converting. I've just been doing gold.
With platinum, whatever the number is, you just add a 0 to the end. And that's
Oh
how
my
much
gosh.
gold pieces you have.
So you said the cloak was 9,000?
Yes. And requires attunement.
Ronnie, can you use the cloak?
I guess technically.
You don't sound excited about a cloak of displacement.
It's mostly just the cloak thing, you know, and she's kind of showing off. Like it messes with the with the style, you know. I get a lot of fans this way, you know, showing off the abs.
I feel like if anyone can appreciate that, Bureau and Fike can.
You still get to show off your abs, though.
Can you make it into a half cloak of displacement?
When you attune to it,
Crop top of displacement.
Yeah.
When you attune to it, it conforms to fit your size.
A cape, like a really badass cape of displacement.
Yeah, it's not like
Just wraps.
it's not like a Batman cloak where he looks like he's shrouded. It's like something you wear on your back. It's
Yeah.
like
Flint,
item
if
looks
you
like it.
wear it, you already have the cowl. You're totally Batman.
It's not a
No,
it's a
no,
mask. It's not a cowl.
Flint, think of it this way. You can make it look, because this is what I did, flavor. You can make it look like when Naruto goes into Kamaru Sage mode. You know? Like when he has that badass looking like kind of jacket thing.
I didn't get that far, but
Or like the fourth Hokage.
okay.
You can make it look
no
like
idea
that.
what you're talking
I know what
about.
you're talking about. It's not
While
her
you guys
style, but she'll deal with it for.
While you guys debate shopping stuff, I'm
Sorry.
gonna pee really quick.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you could look like the fourth Hokage, because that's what I did.
Her thing's mostly like showing off
Dorian.
skin has gotten her a lot of money, so. 'Cause-
Oh, you can still have it show your abs because that's open.
That's fair.
Wait a minute.
I mean, if she doesn't want it, she doesn't want it.
Right.
Like, honestly, that was one of the things we were looking at for potentially, like, starting things, but I said, like, it wasn't her style.
Oh, damn.
Okay. What do I have attuned at the moment?
Are we keeping these softball-sized emeralds for any reason?
Yes. I was thinking about doing, like, going to that, finding Farn eventually, and going to that place where they can diamond encrust tattoos,
Oh.
and getting that done for all of us.
Damn.
That was my plan.
Sorry, I'm back. So, did you decide what you're gonna buy yet?
Out of curiosity, what were the ammo?
Oh, they have a variety of things. For just straight up +1 arrows, they're 25 gold pieces each because they're each like 1-use arrows.
Uh-huh.
For +1 with some kind of an elemental damage on it of a D4 extra damage, they're 50 gold pieces each.
Mm-hmm.
For +2 arrows, they're 100 gold pieces each. For +2 with an elemental damage of a D6, they're 150 gold pieces each. For +3 arrows, they're 200 gold pieces each. And for +3 with an elemental damage on them, they're 250, and that's a D8 damage extra.
So, are you all expecting to deal with anything in New Draconia that would not like a particular damage type?
Dragonborn. Probably the most that we're gonna deal with. So, and Ravenites. Would I know, like Ravenites are resistant?
Just like
certain things?
Dragonborn.
Okay. So yeah, it's a plethora of different things. You got white, you got black, you got green, you got gold, you got silver. It's kind of across the board. Any kind of element you think of, tries to fight us.
Okay. How about just let's just say 4 of the +1 arrows for now. See how.
Just a regular +1
Yeah.
arrow?
Mm-hmm.
So that would be 100 gold pieces.
Yep.
For 4 of them.
Okay.
So 555. 5,055.
If I were to sell my cloak of Elvenkind, how much would Sherry offer for that?
Sherry would offer you, I believe that's an uncommon magical item. So, and as she
Here,
would,
try to get more.
then as she would try to resell it for a profit, she would offer you 750 gold pieces.
So my thought is, we get the cloak of displacement and like the ring of evasion. We've got two pretty awesome defensive magic items. Clear out the platinum confusion, and somebody, if I could take one of those, and somebody could take something else if somebody also wants to take the wand of fireballs off my hands.
I could take the wand of fireballs off your hand. I mean,
Requires
did you want?
attunement.
I have the one spot open.
Okay, I'm just reminding you. I'm not saying. I'm just.
Did you want both of those?
I'm like clipping from Microsoft. I'm just here to help.
Oh yeah, who grabbed the wand of magic missiles? Because that's not attunement.
That is still in the bag.
No one's grabbed anything of Cortanus' yet. It's all just sitting in the bag.
Okay.
One thing we don't loot is friends.
But I dropped a non-sweet katana, I guess. So.
Vanya, you have healing potions.
Yes. Are any of them available for less than 350 gold?
Yes.
Yes.
Regular old basic potions of healing. They have 6 of them. They're 50 gold pieces each. They have 3 potions of greater healing for 500 gold pieces each. And they have 2 potions of superior healing for 2,500 gold pieces each.
Alright, I'm just gonna pick up 2 normals then. Top off my stash.
So how much?
I think he's taking that off of his personal funds, Knox.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
So as far as the cloak and the ring, no, I don't want them both for Biero, but wouldn't mind one of them. But if somebody doesn't want either one, then I don't want to spend the money just to spend the money. So
I can take the ring because my deck sucks for saving throws. I wouldn't mind the ring if nobody else wants it.
That also requires attunement.
Did you want it, Fike, or are you good? Oh, wait, have it.
yeah, he already has it.
He has evasion. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take the ring.
I'll have it
You-
after the session
Oh.
if you guys vote correct.
correctly.
Paladin.
And Paladin. No, even.
He
No, I know
unlocked a
where
lot
mine
of
is now.
doors.
Yes, he did.
He sure did. That's true.
He unlocked a shit ton of doors.
Didn't really disarm any traps.
Nope.
Unlocked-
He tried. He tried so hard.
I give the DM inspiration.
No.
That was savage.
I'll give you experience for that. Though.
That was savage. So I'll take the ring if you're cool with that.
So if you take the ring, do you still have a slot for the wand of fireballs?
I do not. If I take the ring,
Does somebody else want the wand?
Has to be a magic user in order to attune to that one. You don't
Yeah,
have to be a magic user to attune to the Wand of Magic Missiles, though.
Guess technically.
I wish the Wand of Magic Missiles doesn't require attunement, so. But the Wand of Fireballs specifically says must be attuned by a spell user, spellcaster.
Is Arani allowed to use the wand of fireballs?
She could.
ooh, yes, she could.
Guess like
Do you
technically.
want to use the wand of fireballs, Arani?
It's tempting, sure.
Okay.
Handy.
So we'll
Never tried the
sell-
wizard bullshit.
We'll sell my cloak of Elvenkind and pick up the cloak of displacement and the ring of evasion.
Okay, so the Cloak of Displacement was 9,000 gold pieces. The Ring of Evasion was 12,000.
And would Sherry be willing to offer us any kind of discount because of our recent
That's
loss?
with your discount.
Okay.
Even with the loss of our compatriot after losing Renata.
She shames you for trying to turn your grief into a store discount.
Yeah, wow. To be
We're
fair,
turning her
so would
memory
Renata.
We're turning her memory into a way to better protect ourselves, just like she would want.
Sherry gives you the eyes of like, wow. Just
Wow.
wow. Like,
Vanya does too. Honestly.
She would want this. No.
Ooh, this group.
That's a total of 21,000 gold pieces. So that would be all of your platinum.
Bye platinum. I miss you. I love you. We will have you again eventually, I hope.
That's all of your platinum.
And like 400
And
gold or something.
And 1,000 gold.
So we are at 4,500 gold. 74.
Cut out.
You cut out completely.
I was using my normal voice too.
I think it's your fan. You have a fan on in the background, right?
Very lightly.
Oh. Because it is very loud.
There we go.
I can't hear it, but I don't know.
I can always hear it in the background.
So it's 21,000 gold total?
Yeah.
The total was 21,000 gold, yeah.
So that'd leave us with 46 platinum and 4,155 gold.
Sure. We'll have 46 platinum. I'm okay with that because I like
just
platinum.
for the memories.
Thanks for the memories.
Thanks for the
Because they were oh so great.
Thanks for the memories.
And that gives us a ring of evasion and a displacer cloak.
Yes, which both require attunement to whoever is donning them.
Ring of evasion.
So who's getting what?
I'm getting the.
You're taking the Ring of Evasion. Bureau, you're taking the Displacement Cloak.
Yep.
Unless Bureau wants to switch that, but I'm cool with that.
I'm cool with the cloak. Bureau likes having a cloak.
Definitely works with
So-
Bureau's aesthetic.
Oh yeah.
So that means I get
Very
advantage.
Zorro of him.
Wait, what's this?
Just
So
need to
that
get him a
means-
mask.
Just so I could double check. So that means Bureau, you're attuned to the cloak, the frost brand, and
The loot.
the loot. Noxus, you're now attuned to the Ring of Evasion,
Yep.
and
Un momento, I will pull it up.
I believe your spear, right?
My spear,
Your spear, the Ring of Evasion, and
amulet.
yes, your Amulet of Health.
Yeah.
Bureau, don't you have an Amulet of Health?
I do.
That requires
Oh, shit.
attunement.
Oh,
But he got rid of the wand of fireball. Requires
Yeah.
attunement.
That's still
that
the
was for the
frost brand,
displacer
the Ring
cloak.
of Evasion, the
Yeah.
loot,
have the Ring of
and the
Evasion.
amulet.
I have the ring of evasion.
Okay, the cloak, the
Cloak.
frost brand, the loot, and
The
the
loot.
Fuck.
Wait, he has spell driver, so he already has all four.
he doesn't. He has spell driver, which allows him to cast a second level spell.
Yeah, that's
or
a different
lower,
feat.
and that's a different feat.
Oh,
Attunement
my bad.
Master
My
is
bad.
force-
So you're gonna have to drop one more of those things there, Bureau.
Man, I'm glad my character doesn't care about magic items now.
Let me think about which one I'm going to drop.
Okay. Any other shopping?
I'm good.
So you guys are not waiting for the armor to be finished before you guys leave?
That's up to you guys if you want to.
How many weeks is it?
Said
Just
1 week.
That's a long time.
It's up to you guys.
I'm fine with not waiting.
I'm just asking. That's all. You guys do what you want, but
Let's go.
any other stuff you guys want to take care of in Whitestone?
I have a few things.
Okay.
I want to go to Percy real quick and ask him if I put something back from the 3 magic items that were in the room and I take another one out, will it blow up?
You go back and find Percy, and he says, I mean, if you go all the way back to Amon and put one of them back, is basically the way it works is so long as you've only taken one item, then you're fine. So if you put one back, but make sure you put the one back and then take the next one in that order. Otherwise, something bad will happen.
No, the kink taser. Why?
And then
Is there a way to disarm it?
that other room, I don't need to know about, right? The other secret room.
I would prefer that you don't go in there. You would probably also prefer that you don't go in there.
Right.
Just gonna throw it
Thanks
out
for-
there.
Do you want your keys back?
No.
They've
I
really
trust
been
you.
fucking a stealth check. I'm looking a fucking janitor and I pull out my keys.
I mean, you have a bag of holding you can keep those in.
Would you trust Knox with the keys to your laboratory?
I wouldn't have lorded either of you if I didn't trust you.
Oh, damn.
Alright, fair enough.
Well,
Alright.
there's different
do you
levels
have-
of trust, but anyway.
Yeah. Do you have anything you want me to give to your wife? There we go.
Just my love and my deepest desires for her to return.
Nudge, nudge.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure if I did that, I would get delorded. But yes, I will try to
No,
express
not
that. In
that.
the most
Just
specific
that I
way.
have deep desire for her to no longer be in
Got
the
it.
continent of Wildmount and to be present here in Whitestone.
Finger
I
gun.
believe you're reading more into this than I'm trying to convey.
Can I have a gun?
He looks at you in that. He looks at you in that droll, posh way that only Percival can, and says, "No."
Can I have a gun?
Can I have a gun then?
You are the
Do you
Scanlan
not
of the-
remember when I told you how I don't allow those to leave the lands of Whitestone, and when they do leave the lands of Whitestone, I hunt down whoever has taken them and terminate them with extreme prejudice.
So you know that Craghammer is producing black powder in mass now.
There are many different uses for black powder.
All right, cool. Um,
I have an
No gun.
arrangement
Got
with the Iron Keeper, and I gave him and his people some instruction on the beneficial uses of black powder in their mining, and he signed a official treatise document that he and their people will not produce firearms under some very severe penalties should they break said contract.
All right, no gun. Got it.
Unless you'd like to never leave Whitestone again and join the company of Shot.
Um, I guess that's for after the mission. So,
There you go.
Right, no gun. Got it. Kill anyone who has it. Absolutely. All right, cool. Love you. Goodbye, and I leave.
Love you.
You seem rather upset. I don't think it's because of your lack of leaving here with a gun.
You are very astute.
Very well. I'm also picking
I
up
do
that you
not-
don't want to talk about it.
I mean, I will talk about it, but it's the. How did you know when you met Lady Derolo that she was the person you were supposed to be?
Well, to be completely honest with you, I didn't right away. I've never been one to believe in that old romantic uh, concept of love at first sight. I believe that belongs in romance novels and poorly written stories. Um, our love was one that grew, and we had to risk our lives together on far too many occasions for me to realize it. And even then, it almost kind of fell into my lap when I wasn't expecting it. Um, I also wasn't looking for it, to be 100% honest with you. I didn't think I was going to live this long, and thought that I didn't want to waste my time with such pursuits when there was more important work to be done. I couldn't have been more wrong, obviously. But when did I know? Honestly, I died, and hers was one of the voices I heard from the other side calling me back.
You know, for someone in the depressed state that I'm in, that's terrible fucking advice.
I can understand that, but I also wanted to tell you the truth. I also didn't kill myself. I was killed by an awful, awful woman, um, who we're not going to get too far into all of that, but suffice it to say, I had made an arrangement with a dark entity. After you know the history of Whitestone, do you not?
I believe I know a little bit more than I should. Um, I almost say Ren, and then I go.
I mean,
I
it was
almost say
part of your
Catan, and I
lordly
go
paperwork,
right.
the history
Yes,
of White.
Ren. I did not read it personally, but Ren was giving us the rundown.
Anyway, after the majority of my family was murdered, I made an agreement with a dark entity to make sure that I could get revenge in exchange for my soul, though I didn't realize I was making an agreement with a dark entity at the time. When I was killed by one of the people I was hunting for my revenge, my soul was trapped by that dark, fiendish, demonic entity. And it was only the powerful magics of my friend, Pike Trickfoot, and the call to the beyond of my now wife, Vexalia, professing her love to me, which gave my soul the proper motivation it needed to return to this prime material plane. That's when I knew.
Well, that's
Now, I don't imagine for most people it requires their death to realize that they're in love with someone, but when it comes to such matters, I'm not as perceptive as with other things.
of course. Well, thank you. Your words were comforting. Kinda.
Well, that's not something I hear often. I'm glad I was able to be of help.
Okay, well, you're very intelligent.
Yes, I am.
Also, I made this badass wrist crossbow. Forget it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, your tinkering came in handy. It's gone
Uh,
now because
oh,
um, death and all. Um,
Oh yeah.
yes, I was terribly sorry to hear about Lady Renata, I believe you were calling her.
mm-hmm.
Well, if you wish to recreate the contraption, my workshop is available to you. Perhaps you could make use of it on your own person.
It's one of a kind. She's probably got it up there somewhere.
You'd like to think that about the things you create, but eventually someone else stumbles upon something similar enough for it to be called the same. I've found, to my chagrin. So, my advice, make another one. Make use of it. Be of use.
Oh, I'm gonna take that as an order then.
Well, technically speaking, I'm not acting in my capacity as the grand sophist of ingenuity, so I'm not giving an order. I'm simply giving advice. Mourn the dead. Keep their memory so that they stay alive. But don't get so caught up in emotion and remembrance that you can't, that they and their things are put upon a mantelpiece to be looked at and not used. That serves no one.
That was literally what I was going to do. I was literally going to go to the dressmaker, buy a thing, and then just spray it. Oh God! Next time I come to talk to you, you tell me to bring alcohol.
I feel like that's not something I should have to tell you. You should just do it.
Well,
I understand you're having an off day.
Yeah, yeah, very off. All right.
Now,
Downstairs, the regular workshop, or is that the special workshop? I've
Either.
only seen one workshop of yours.
Either. I mean, I have the one outside of the special workshop so that magical things can be made of use, but
Yeah. Oh.
now go, be of use while you're still young enough to be of use.
All right. Fine.
And he dismisses you
Ta-ta.
with a Percy.
Ta-ta.
No gun.
Nope, no gun.
Can I have a gun?
Yeah,
Total
he
Stanley
gives
move.
the depressed guy a gun.
Yeah.
It's not what he thinks it's for.
Anyway, would you go make use of his workshop?
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he just wants to shoot Nox.
What
Yeah.
would you like
Any,
to tinker?
Yandere.
Are there any blueprints around that are half done of Percy's? That
Make an
I could-
investigation check.
Not looking for a gun, just something interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Fight, you dog, you looking for unfinished plans.
Oh,
I'm gonna use luck.
luck.
Luck, okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I want to use the one. Give me the one. I choose.
You find a couple of different plans, but Percy uses some kind of shorthand that you can't quite, in his notes, that you can't quite figure out. But you do see the diagrams for that, like, grapple climbing wrist-mounted device thing.
One that I wasn't allowed to take. Really?
Not the one that you weren't allowed to take, the one that you decided not to take.
You know what I mean. If I took that, I was gonna take all three at first, and then it would have killed us all. That's interesting. I'm gonna make my crossbow. I'm gonna recreate the wrist mounted
Crossbow. Make a dex-based tinkering check. Since you've already made one, it's not an intelligence thing. Yeah, over the course of the rest of the day, you are able to successfully tinker to your own gauntlet a what is the equivalent of a hand crossbow that can be fired based on some sort of movement with your wrist that you do.
If there's a spare piece of paper, I'm just going to take a charcoal sketch real quick of the grappling gauntlet.
Okay.
And then I'll head back to the
manor.
real quick, I'll just scroll no gun on the table, question mark, smiley face, little staring ray symbol, eggplant, question mark.
Don't you dare invent emojis in my game. In my
Feels
D&D
fucking
game.
bad. Upside down smiley face.
Winky
off.
face with the
Keep your
tongue out.
emojis out of my D&D.
Oh wait, is my fun wrong? Excuse
Yes, it is.
Fight! Make a hidden blade! Make a hidden blade!
Be assassino.
Anyway, is there any other stuff you guys want to handle before Tara shows up?
Well, I know Nox, Orani, and Vanya are having a spar sometime.
Yeah,
Probably
I
while
wanna
Fike
see-
is working
I
I
out.
want to
yeah.
see if they can teach. I want to see if they can teach me something.
All right.
Where's training?
With my newfound strength, I want to see if I can I want him to learn jujitsu.
I
Air
know
quotes.
Kung Fu.
Yeah, I want to see if I can learn some. If I don't have my weapon, how to use my hands.
All
Maybe
right,
some
so
boxing, kickboxing.
you guys do some unarmed fighting. You guys tell me what you're doing in there.
Vanya just wants to fight Orani.
Hand to
He's
hand
like
isn't normally my
positively
thing.
giddy at the idea.
Yeah, Ronnie would be kind of iffy about just going hand to hand just because she said she has like a focus on weapons, but she still uses them, so it's fine. But she's not sure what she can teach him because a lot of her stuff is not based on strength, obviously.
Teach me anything. Whatever. Vanya, too. Teach me whatever. Show me how to use this newfound strength, Vanya. Show me how to be a badass, Orani.
I don't know if that's something I can teach you. But I don't know how you fight. So let's see. And summon persuasion.
All right, so you guys spend a day beating the shit out of each other.
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah. You all see through this that despite what she did in the ring, you can notice that a lot of that stuff was flashy and for the crowd, because just between them, her movements are way more deliberate, and she keeps the weapon down for the most part and basically uses her momentum and movement to hit harder with it by pulling it upward instead of straight down like a bat. It's normally like upward strikes and to the side, like slamming into the sides of people. So yeah, all of her movements are very deliberate. It's very much the weapon is an extension of her arm.
Yeah. You also see the three very different fighting styles at work here. Orani, more of like a jump around Yoda from the clone Attack of the Clones.
Never saw it.
Oh my gosh.
I avoided the prequels.
It's one of the only scenes in Attack of the Clones that's worth watching.
Yeah.
Good to know.
Yoda finally gets in a lightsaber duel with someone.
Yes.
Yep.
Um,
You see how badass he actually was.
Yeah. But yeah, a much more dexterous, based fighting style, jumping around, making use of space. Nox is a more of a disciplined sword and shield, or spear and shield kind of protective. Throw an attack with the spear when an opening presents itself, and Vanya, that just kind of unbridled, strength-filled rage of charging through the shield wall and relentlessly attacking until there's no defense left to be had. You guys kind of learn a little bit more about each other through fighting, as fighters do. You don't really know someone until you've fought them. But you guys spend the day getting a nice sweat going, and you're able to, kind of figure out, more of each other's, like, you guys are all, even with you, Vaughn, you're all relatively new to adventuring with each other, and through doing this you kind of have a better idea of each other's strengths and weaknesses and how you can best work together on a battlefield.
Woo! That was fabulous. Now we go drinking, right? We gotta go drinking.
Excellent. Yes, absolutely.
I will catch up with you. There's one thing I need to do.
Okay.
Before I do that.
Fine.
All right. Meet you later.
As you guys are going to leave, you see two of the ghost servants come in and said, "Did you require drinks?" And they're holding drinks.
What kind of drinks?
It appears on the tray there is a variety.
I tried some of them.
How does that happen? They're not knights.
They came with the house.
They are guests in your home.
Okay.
And the servants are programmed to service guests of the home. There is ale, mead, a more bitter wine, a fruity wine. There is some spirits, whiskeys, scotches, and some sort of a potato liquor.
She'll definitely go for the whiskey, probably.
I'll try some of everything.
And since I just got the shit beaten out of me,
Noxus grabs his usual off the platter, and you will walk into his room.
Okay.
You know, she's drinking. She seems to heal up a bit.
Neat trick. You'll have to teach me that one next.
Woo-hoo-hoo!
So, Ronnie, you're attuned to that amulet, the now wand of fireballs,
Yep. Though I don't think
And
the amulet is
just the
attunement.
two. That amulet isn't?
It doesn't say.
Oh,
Hmm.
I thought it was.
Yeah, I think it's just that at
Based
the
on its
moment,
effect, I
and
figured it would be. But
it's just it's a 1-a-day thing, but
all right, never mind.
specific
So-
conditions, I guess.
Okay. So yeah. Beer, did you make a decision yet?
Yeah, it's gonna have to be the Frostbrand.
You're unattuning the Frostbrand?
Oh wow.
Yep.
Ooh. So you're going back to your +1 rapier?
Yep.
Oh no.
Interesting. Interesting.
Bold move, Cotton. Let's see how it.
Bold move, Cotton. Let's see how it pays off.
I'm potentially gonna have to end up switching out between the Frostbrand and the loot. I think.
I would
As-
if I was you,
Eventually,
I
get
mean-
you that feat and get you 4 slots.
Well,
Yeah.
there's that.
I'd do the amulet. But
Hmm.
Yeah, it's just a
got plenty of frontline fighters now.
Yeah.
no, but it's
true.
more for concentration checks.
Oh yeah. That makes sense.
Anyway, so you guys go off to do some more drinking together in the home. Knox, you said you had something you wanted to do?
Yeah, I walk into my room and do I see the sword still in there?
The mundane sword.
Yeah, the mundane sword that has the 5 dragon heads.
It's still there, but it's not like magical in any way.
Um, I
It's not
I
giving
take
off that like brimstone and smoke that it used to.
I would like to divine sense first.
Okay. You use divine sense. You do not detect any celestials or fiends or undead. And you do not detect anything from the sword.
Now, out of character, she is not on the same plane of.
As you?
Yes,
No, she's in the 9 hells.
and I would know that. Okay, so I was thinking. I don't think I can. So in that case,
You were thinking
I
what?
I was thinking of scrying on her, but Oxus would know that she's not on.
Yeah, she's locked behind, like the other gods. She's locked
Yeah.
behind the divine gate. She
So
can't
then-
come to the prime material plane.
So then Noxus will go outside. He will throw the sword in the air, and he will shoot as many Eldritch blasts destroyed.
All right, yeah. You go outside, just kind of staring at the sword in your hand for a minute, and you throw it up in the air, and then just start firing Eldritch blasts at it until what falls to the ground is no longer a sword, but several hunks of steel and iron.
And if If you desire me to destroy her, I will. Or anything that. I will not let any person fall into what she has. Promise. And then he will his friends.
All right.
Were you breaking shit in the other room? Because that was loud.
Do you really care?
No. Drink?
Drink on, my friend.
Hey!
Yeah.
And in the middle of Knox will probably be drunk enough to tell Orani what he really was doing, and then tell her his whole story. He didn't.
Woo.
So
There
he
are some
tells you the
stories here.
story of he tells you the story of his time as a sailor / pirate, which he didn't realize he was a pirate until they started doing piratey shit. He tells you about the deal he made. He tells you about breaking it, and tells you about his new bond with Bahamut.
So you all are just fucked up then. Got it.
You sure are.
Whew.
Aye, aye. That's why we drink.
Nothing wrong with that.
I drink
Fucked
for
up people are the
shits and
most
giggles.
interesting, I've
I don't
noticed.
know what you're talking about.
Sorry.
He says he drinks for
I
shits
drink
and
for
giggles.
shits and giggles.
Fair enough. And I will drink to that. Woo!
Do you fill them in on the next step for your group, like what you're?
Yeah, I'll let him know what's going on and who the powers are, and tell him my mom is in charge of the one that we're going to be doing.
Go ahead.
Okay. So, yeah. So we're going to New Draconia. There's this prophecy that I'm the one to bring the balance. So that's why we can't really kill anybody.
You're
Unless...
you're a part of a prophecy.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. It had to do with like a burned arm or burned side, and I had that when I broke that that bond with Tiamat. I was burned from like heavy gestures to the side, and this whole arm that is fire was burned, and it kind of sucked. I couldn't do anything. I was pretty fucking useless, and but anyways, we have to go to New Draconia, and we have to get the Ravenites and the Draconians to be friends, which is fucking hard. And I'm the one that's supposed to bring that balance, so we'll figure that shit out when we get there. You guys know do you guys know how to speak Draconic?
Nope.
No.
Not a word.
Fuck.
Look, I will just stop anybody who tries to kill you. Does
Yeah.
that sound like a good plan?
Tara did say I had to keep you ass from dying, so.
That sounds great. I'm gonna need bodyguards.
For extra challenge, I'll even try and do it without killing them.
Woo! That
All
certainly
right.
seems like a challenge.
Just because you keep being, we need to not kill anybody, sounds like an added challenge to not have to kill anybody.
I like where this is going. I feel a lot better about this.
It's not so much an added challenge for me since I tend to not kill people, but fine.
Well, when you have, and I gesture to the big fuck off greatsword that's slung over my shoulder now. You have this instead of that. If persuasion is there,
Yeah.
He'll gesture to it. It's a little bit harder. You just have to club them with the flat end until they stop being so testy about things.
Right.
Also, were you making a weapon size joke there? Because
What? No. He has a big fucking bladed weapon.
yeah,
Is
but
it persuasion like staff?
no, persuasion is a fucking a spiked metal bat with huge ass spikes
Oh,
in it.
never mind.
There's a picture
Yeah.
of it, like right there. It's like 3 foot. It's as tall as she is.
Yeah, you know what a
Alright.
Tetsuo is?
Yeah. It's Oni's
Spiked Oni Club?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, yep. Never mind.
Yeah.
Regardless.
I think both of them could kill, so let's just be careful. And it's nice to have 2 bodyguards. So
That's what I do in every adventuring party I join up with. I'm the meatball.
Is that your new nickname
well, I
now?
think after eating all that meat, probably. But you are much more than that, Vanya. Don't talk down about yourself, because you are valued, and I've only known you for a week, but
Just
I
as
love
long,
you, man.
just as long as you're doing all the talking with all the political shit, which
I
is
don't
still
give a fuck about
hilarious
any
to
of
me,
that.
by the way. But
Yeah, I'm getting better at it, but I am scared out of my fucking mind.
yeah, you might not want to say that to them, but that's a good start knowing that. Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
that is a good place to start. We'll be fine though.
You need to get in there and be the baddest bitch in the room. That's what tends to work for me.
Baddest bitch in the room.
That's
When did I?
yeah, one way to put it.
He just sits there for a minute and just says silently to
He
himself.
did say he was
"Who
the
fuck did I
mom.
do?"
Or no, I guess
There's an astral snap that nobody knows where it comes from, but Fike approves.
And in that moment when she says, like, be the baddest bitch in the room, and knocks on that, oh fuck, when did I become oh shit. Oh no.
You'll manage. You'll rise to the challenge.
That I will.
And if you don't,
That I
you'll
will.
die. But if you do, and you will, you'll be fine.
no. That's we're supposed to keep you from dying. That's the whole entire point of this shit.
Yeah. Yeah, Vanya, you're supposed to keep me from dying. Fuck. Come on.
Well,
So if he fucks up, that just means we get
I
to fight
will-
more shit, right?
I always rise to the challenge.
Alright, so you better keep me fucking safe.
Do my best. No. It's your will against theirs as far as I'm concerned. Court stands with that.
Yeah, and so does Bahamut. Cheers.
And apparently, Persuasion thinks your shit's a good idea, which, as long as he stops nagging me about it, I guess it's a plus. So yeah,
Well,
you can count 3 deity/not deity I found out, but
Well, Persuasion, you're a badass fucking metal bat whole thing, and I love you.
See,
I think-
even now they are calling me the wrong name.
I mean, we've never heard his right
No,
name.
he's saying this
No.
just.
He's saying it to her.
I'm saying it out of character.
but
I
it
know.
sounds good, and that's the point.
I think I've had a lot to drink.
I'm not using my
Yeah,
real
man,
name. Why should you use yours? It sounds more badass that way.
You have no reason not to use your own name.
Oh, she's talking to it again.
Of course I do. It's much better.
That's
You can't get
far from
famous
the
with multiple
weirdest.
names. You'll get confused the fuck out of people.
Anyway, yes, more drinking. Such a proper use of your time and skill.
Hey,
Is he
you chose
complaining that
me.
he
Just
can't
remember
drink with
that.
us?
I did not choose you. If you need me for shit, I'm right here and I'm doing whatever the fuck they want me to do, which apparently you're okay with. So in the meanwhile, let me fucking drink.
Is he complaining that he can't drink with us? Does he want a drink of his own?
Something like that.
A drink for the metal bat, Persuasion.
See, I can do that. Drink.
A drink for the back persuasion!
A drink for the bat, Persuasion.
I fucking love this!
Bureau and Fike, you come back to this scene.
Vanya will take a drink for himself, and then, Orane, could you bring Persuasion here? I'd like to give him a drink, too.
Yeah. She's probably half drunk at this point anyway. Or mostly. I don't know. Let's,
I'll pour a drink on Persuasion.
not
Let me
terrible,
catch
but...
up. And I pound a drink and pour another for myself.
Ah, good man!
Yeah!
Ah, Bureau, did you get laid yet, man? Because you were talking about that.
Oh, really? She just slowly like, cans her head in like that really dramatic, like, what? Tell it.
A few
Good one?
times.
Bad one? Middling?
Oh, I'm
Yes.
always good.
Spoken like a man that is probably not always good. But I'll give you the benefit of the doubt because I'm fucking drunk.
Vanya will give Orane a high five for that one.
It's with the mage hand because she can't reach that high.
No, he'll reach down.
So it's a low five for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michael just.
Piero,
cocked back.
did you go call on Umara?
Yeah, I would have done that probably so it was like from our previous conversation, it was like Wednesday when that happened.
Mhm.
And then Tara was coming on Friday to
Teleport you on Saturday.
Saturday, right? So I would have gone on like Wednesday or Thursday night.
Okay. You did go. Your suspicions were correct. And if you were down for it, she does try to lure you up to her bedroom.
Yeah, I'd definitely be down for it.
Bard's gonna bard.
All right. Yep. She has wine.
Finally.
You guys have dinner. She gives you a few drinks. You guys flirt back and forth. And eventually, you guys don't see Bureau until the next morning, and he's wearing the same thing he was wearing the night before.
Two bards, just an echo chamber of flirting.
Yeah.
Yes. But if there's nothing else,
I
oh.
need to do one thing real quick.
Mhm.
I am going to attune to Ren's old armor.
I don't think it
It
requires.
wasn't. Did not require attunement.
It does require attunement. All right.
Nope.
I'm gonna put it on, and then I'm gonna change the cloak of many fashions to be like one of those half-shoulder shawls like she used to wear.
Oh.
Nice.
It'll be like burgundy on the inside with like a gold, with a burgundy front with a golden symbol of Sarenrae over it. It just goes over one shoulder.
Nice.
Like,
There you
keeping
go.
it classy.
Well,
Keeping it classy.
if you can't be on the greatest warrior, it'll have to settle for me.
There you go. So Friday rolls around. Tara arrives. She spends the day with you guys. Unfortunately, she doesn't spend the day with you guys. She spends the day up at Castle Whitestone signing all sorts of paperwork. As far as like as a release for all the residuum and stuff that she's going to be bringing back to you. She stays, however, at your manor for the night, and when you wake up in the morning, she says, "So, where exactly are you wanting me to send you?"
New Draconia.
Old Draconia. Draconia.
As far as I know, Draconia was knocked out of the sky 20 years ago.
Yep, but that's where we're going. Swear.
So,
There's a new Draconia where Lady DeRollo is currently helping negotiate the peace. And that's where we want to be.
which would be located.
Where old Draconia was.
All right, you're not quite getting this. Old Draconia floated hundreds of feet in the sky over a
Right.
certain location, which was
Knox would know that.
I was about to say, do you not know where your fucking Dragon
I
Town
don't
is?
remember. John doesn't know that.
The
But
Vermont
Knox
ravine.
is. Yeah, thank
There
you.
you go. Okay.
John doesn't know it. Noxus knows it.
Bill said it like 4 times this session.
I didn't know that that's what he was talking about.
All right. Are you ready? You have everything you want to bring with you?
Round.
Yeah, we do.
Alrighty. Well, here's what I'm gonna need you all to do. Concentrate really hard on where you want to go, and hopefully, we don't teleport you. We don't teleport you super far away and cause you a bunch of damage at the same time. All right, here we go.
Spoken like someone who's definitely teleported people far away and done a lot of damage
And
before
she
Tara.
casts teleport on all of you.
As we disappear, I go, "Fuck you, Tara!"
At least if Vanya dies from this, his last words will have been fucking wizard bullshit.
So basically, just off of a description, she's going here.
Don't even have a map?
I could show her. Minor image. This is what it looks like.
Well, would you look at that?
We were.
Look at that, now one.
Rolled an
Easiest number to
82
count
on the
on.
percentage dice.
Roll what?
In 82. She says the magical words. There's a flash of arcane, blue arcane light around you, and you feel yourself pushed through this like arcane tunnel as you guys are like traveling at amazing speed, just rocketing through this like extra dimensional space until you arrive, and your vision kind of comes back to you as you begin to take in the sights around you.
Hold my own.
You are in a red stoned canyon. Looking around, there are all sorts of carved works and buildings that look like they're carved right into the walls of the canyon itself, almost like a fantasy version of Petra, if you're familiar with that that location. You can Google it, image search it if you're not. There are half-ruined columns and towers around you. There are makeshift huts and buildings around, and as you look around, there are all kinds and all scale-colored, mostly without tails, dragonborn and ravenites going about their daily lives about a couple hundred yards away from you as you guys appear and just kind of like outside of town, essentially, here in what is currently being called New Draconia.
Ooh.
Well, guys, welcome to my home.
Impressive.
Yeah, you should have seen it before. I mean, not the greatest place I haven't, but pretty impressive. It floated in the sky.
Neat.
Off in the distance, in the deepest part of the ravine, you can see what literally looks like an excavation, like an archaeological excavation going on, which is what you know, Noxus, to be the main source of what kind of goes on here. They are literally excavating the fallen remains of the old floating city of Draconia from that back end of the ravine. It's a very time-consuming process, as it's like just piles of rock, and whatever treasures and things they can pull out of it are kind of what pushes the economy here, as Draconia was filled with all sorts of magical artifacts and riches. As you kind of look down further into the ravine, there are makeshift stone houses or clay houses with thatched roofs, and along both, almost like a Grand Canyon-esque, there's this huge, like 90-degree cliff faces that go up hundreds of feet. And carved like right into them, you can see all these buildings with big open doors that kind of go in to them, which are the much bigger, fancier looking, and they're all still under construction. You can see Ravenites and Dragonborn kind of hanging from the top of the ravine in those like old, almost like those old window washer seats.
Yep.
Where they have like hammers and chisels, and they're like carving
it
out,
out.
like carving it right out of the rock face.
Mhm.
Going to work. There's yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Is it generally crowded? Are there people around?
Where you're at, no, you're kind of up at the top of the ravine, kind of looking down into this scene.
Do
Well,
we get the sense that like there's certain groups avoiding each other, or is like the most of the population kind of mingling
From this
with-
far away, you wouldn't be able to tell that. This is
Okay.
literally like looking down on the city from the top of the Empire State Building.
Okay.
well, we gotta figure out how to get down there.
How about you
Would I
visit
know how to
your
get down there?
mom?
Yeah,
Um,
that's quite smart.
You can see that at different intervals up and down the ravine there are, because at the top of the ravine too, where it's a lot more lush and green, and there are like groves of forests and some farmland.
Mhm.
There are like these like switchback stairs that were carved into the side of the ravine.
Okay. Yeah, that's actually a great idea. Bureau, if I were able to show a picture of my mother, would you
No,
be
you have to
able?
have met them.
Fuck.
So you
Well-
don't know where you're going?
I'm pretty sure she lives in the same place. If not, then I'm gonna have to ask her. So follow me, and I will head down. And I kind of wait for a second. I was like, would I know that if magic is a thing to use, like vassal here?
Oh,
Okay.
they're fine. It's not a
So in that case, I pull out the
for
carpet.
those who have access to it.
I pull out the carpet,
Okay.
and all right, who's riding on the carpet, and who am I casting fly on?
Probably cast fly on me.
That's a
Okay.
good idea.
I think I'm most of the weight of that carpet on my own.
Yeah,
I
me
can
too.
fly myself if needed.
Okay, so I will cast fly on myself and Vanya, and the rest of you can ride on the carpet. Save your spell slot.
Gotta fly on fucking carpet and you all can fly. Huh. Neat.
Yeah, we're pretty badass.
All right, so you guys take to the skies, and where are you going?
I'm gonna go to the closest level so we can touch down. So hopefully that's like 10 minutes away from where we are.
It's far less than 10 minutes to fly to the bottom of the ravine.
Oh, okay. I will fly as close as I can to where I used to live until I have to start walking.
All right. So if you think of it like the Grand Canyon, you guys are kind of like up on the top, and the bottom of the ravine is where all the living and buildings and carvings into the actual stone take place. Up on the top here is where there's all sorts of fruit groves for trees and farmland. So looking around, you can see some people working fields and stuff like that. And if you fly down, if you were to fly down, like straight down from where you are, you could then land and then walk into the heart of the city, for lack of a better word.
Okay.
As you come and land at the bottom of the ravine, you get a closer look at what's, as you guys are flying in, you get a closer look at what's going on. There's a lot of, normal city activity going on around here. There are merchants, there's what is a functioning economy and stuff here. This is a far cry from what this place was when you left it, Noxus,
So it's good.
years ago. And there was a functioning society before you left, because you've been gone for years at this point, probably almost coming up on a decade. You've been gone away from here. There are more homes built. There are, merchants and stalls and things of that nature. It appears that the more centralized, government buildings and things, like the more important buildings, are what's being carved directly into the ravine face. They're taking this place that and turning it into something. They're particularly the Ravenites. It looks like they're taking this place that used to be a place that they worked as just straight up a mine to serve the floating city of Draconia and where they lived, and turning it into what was once their place of imprisonment, for lack of a better term, and turning it into a beautiful functioning society that reflects the skills that they used even during their enslavement. So at the same time as they're mining into the sides of the ravine, they're constructing these like multi-leveled domiciles and buildings of importance. You do see they are gifted stone carvers, it looks like, as there are many columns and statues that have been erected in the years since of important figures that have worked towards the betterment of the people here. You do pass one of a that has a plaque on the bottom of it that says uh, for Tuma, and it has the year dates from her birth and death, and our first leader out of both shackles. And you're kind of getting turned around here, Noxus. This place is so different from the place you left. You're like trying to look for landmarks that you would remember to get around, but like it's almost like being in a completely new place.
I'll grab a small boy. No, I'm kidding. I will look for someone, because obviously, I doubt Ravenites would want to talk to me. Or am I getting that vibe? Do I see like Ravenites giving me a look, trying to steer clear away from me? And if they're not, I'll
make an insight check. You see a couple give you like a side eye, just kind of like a, who's the motley crew that just showed up? Who's the dragonborn in shining, gleaming armor with the,
Weird fucking
emerald,
scales.
the
emerald green
scales
scales.
and the crazy animated tattoo. But and it's it's almost kind of like people look at you and they don't just kind of like glance. Their vision
Kind
kind
of
of stays,
staring.
not stares, but like as opposed to just glancing and looking away, they kind of glance and kind of fully take you in for a second or two and then go back to what they're doing. So
Yeah. A
not so
tall
much,
glass of water.
not necessarily that they're checking you out, but like that they're just like, oh, Dragonborn. Okay.
Well, in that case, I will to.
You do
Are there like
see dotted in during your walk in and out, there are other Dragonborn with tails around. You see some of them working merchant stalls. You see others carrying goods around. Some of them just walking up and down the street. Some of them look, based on their dress, to be more well off than others. Others look to be like just workers, which is not something that you remember from your childhood. But it, yeah.
I'll walk up to a stall then,
Hmm.
and doesn't matter if they're Ravenite or not. I
Yeah.
will. I
So
will.
you walk up to a stall, and it appears to be a Ravenite who has just all sorts of fresh fruit here from the continent of Wildmount that are displayed out. Looking at them, lots of like apple and pear type looking fruits. As you walk up, it says you see a younger Ravenite behind it going. You and they speak first in Draconic to you, Noxus. They say, uh, looking for something to take home with you. How much do you need?
Uh, do I see a fruit that my mom would like?
I mean, your mom was she has like there's
Do I see something
apples.
there that she would
Sure,
like?
sure.
I speak in Draconic and I say I will have. I point at some of the specialty fruit that is only here in this area,
Hmm.
and I say I'll have 5 of those. And I point at fruit that I know my mom will
Yeah,
really love. I'll
it's
say I'll take.
it's like a it's weird. It has like an orange like peel to the outside, but it's like almost like a little bit spiky.
Yeah.
Like a star fruit almost.
Oh
But like a star
yes.
fruit, but with like that orange rind around the outside.
Hmm.
And
So
they're like,
I
"Wow, 1 silver piece," as they start putting it into like a paper bag.
I will give him 2 gold and say in Draconic again. Have you have you heard of Haran Rex? And do you know where I could?
At that, their brow kind of furrows, and they say, "Who's asking?"
Her son.
They're gonna make an insight check. Looks you up and down and says, "I understood Haran's son abandoned her and this place."
Grave mistake I made, trying to right my wrong.
Make a persuasion check. 17. Well, no one is beyond redemption in the eyes of the Platinum Dragon. I see that you walk in his light, and she indicates towards the holy symbol around your neck and says, she looks up, and the sun, like where the sun is, like she's trying to tell the time, and says, Well, this time of day, she's probably towards the end of the ravine in the auditorium partaking in the debates.
And where? Which way is that? I haven't been here in a long time. I don't even know where the house is.
Yeah. So you guys came down towards the. So like, if you're looking at it from the sea, the ravine goes like from the sea, like if the Grand Canyon was up against the ocean, it went inland, for miles until it kind of like came to like a point at the end. You guys kind of came in there, and you're heading toward the opening that goes out towards the sea, which you can see it off in the distance, but it's like several miles away. She says, and she points down that way, and essentially points to the building that like you see on the screen right now.
Okay. All right. I appreciate you, and I give her another, and I say, is there anything watch out
Yes,
here in the city?
of course there is. Those
May that be.
those bastards from the DRF constantly causing trouble.
What of the DUL?
Well, the organization your mother runs, along with Denard Turneroth. But if you ask me, as noble as their efforts might be, it's a bit of a lost cause. The Ravenite Future Coalition is probably going to win out once they can get these foreign interlopers off their back, and we can push those damn Reconstitution Front out on their ass.
Like you said, not all. Wait, how did she put it? Something about we're not all too. Yeah, not all too far.
I'm sorry, you
You
broke
keep
up
cutting out a
there.
lot.
Yeah.
I hate this.
That came through.
He says not everyone is too far from redemption.
Well, there are those that you must seek redemption in order to not be too far from it. Those want to put things back the way they were, with us Ravenites crushed underneath their heel, and with this newfound power of theirs, they might just succeed. Better to just cast them all out. Let the rest of Wildmount take them in.
Well, I don't agree with the way things were. It obviously are, and I wish to bring back the third. In hopefully that will change things. Maybe they just need someone to show what true redemption looks like. What humility really is. Maybe I can do that.
You sound like your mother. Heart in the right place, but in a world where such grand overtures fall on deaf ears. Some people can't be changed. And with the increase in the violence of their movement, though their leader, Nithia, continues to try and verbally distance himself from those violent actors, as he calls them, we all know that they are just two sides of the same snake.
I can earn trust, and sometimes you just have to
What?
cut in. I can't. He said. Noxus says, "Hopefully, I can earn your trust to show you wise, and sometimes we just need to have a little faith."
Spoken again, like I mean you no ill will, but spoken again like someone who has not had to live with these troubles these many years. Go, find your mother, boy.
And is there a saying that the Draconians and everyone
Not,
has?
not really. This, they're just like most places. It's just they don't have like a be pleased or anything like that.
Bidet. No, I'll say Bahamut with you. And this is all in Draconic. And I will hand out the fruit and say, "Here, eat this. It's really good. It's my favorite thing." And I will start eating mine as I have the bag of fruit that my mom likes, and I'll put it in the bag of holding
Okay.
for now. And I will say, "Oh, yeah, my mom's this way," and I'll start heading that way.
Alrighty. You start heading that way.
Don't mind me thinking.
Making your way through the crowds until you get to the outside of that building, where you can hear voices echoing out from the inside. You can't quite make them out yet, but they are they're definitely raised voices. And there'll be an individual voice that kind of carries for a while, and then a bunch of cheers in both agreement and disagreement, and then a different voice will carry and echo out through the front door, through the front opening, and then they'll speak for a few sentences before there's another shake of agreement and disagreement. As you come in through the front opening, you pass by several guards who kind of give you a solid look up and down before letting you pass in. As you come into the main area, you can see what literally looks like an old school, like Roman auditorium with like the stadium seating, and it is filled to capacity, to the point where there's even standing room people up higher in the back. Down on the floor, you can see several individuals. You see a gold dragonborn in very nice robes, um, off to one side. Flanked behind him, Fike, you notice right away Scorn. Kind of like with his arms crossed, and almost like a I'm a badass, don't fuck with this guy. Don't fuck with this guy. Kind of like standing behind him with this like mean mug looking on his face. Not that far from them, Noxus, you see your mother, Haran, um, leaning on what looks to be a cane made out of like the same carved red stone that the ravine is, but polished up. And close to her, you see a bronze-skinned Ravenite female wearing wearing armor with white and blue color scheme to it, with a holy symbol of Bahamut hanging around her neck. And then off to the other side, you see another Ravenite wearing what looks to be an almost toga-like wrapping, a male Ravenite with white scales, and they're all speaking in Draconic. You hear the Gold Dragonborn ring out his voice in Draconic. You also notice, kind of sitting off to the side, off to one corner, just kind of like listening in, not up in the auditorium. And as you look through the auditorium, you can see it's almost kind of sectioned out. And 1/3, there appears to be all Dragonborn sitting together. And another third of it, it starts to turn into like a mix of both Dragonborn and Ravenite, though more Ravenite. And then, and the other third, it turns to completely Ravenite. Uh, and then the Gold Dragonborn kind of rings out for his voice to like carry throughout the auditorium so everyone can hear in Draconic, and he says, "Of course we should go back to the way things used to be when Draconia was at its strongest, with Dragonborn in the lead and Ravenites serving beneath us. It worked for so many years. There is no reason to change it now that we are on the ground, and there is nothing saying that with our newfound blessings of arcane power from Bahamut himself that we cannot return to the skies." You hear a cheer go up from the section that's fully Dragonborn as the rest of the crowd kind of throws out a boo, or not straight up a boo, but like just a chorus of disagreement that's kind of jarbled, and you can't really make out any one individual's saying. You then watch the white-scaled Ravenite in Draconic say, "Of course, you would want that, to put us back beneath your heel, but it was Bahamut himself who tore you down from your high perch, and that is now where you belong. If you don't like the way things have been restructured, you can leave and take on to Greater Wildmount. You are not wanted here. The only reason we have not cast you out is because the aid we receive from the other governments of this world would be cut off. And the day fast approaches when we will be self-sufficient, and you will not have anyone protecting you." And a greater cheer comes up with disagreement coming from the Dragonborn section. And you can hear your mother's voice cry out and says, "You both miss the point of this lesson. Bahamut pulled Draconia down out of the sky to show us the error of our ways and to push us together where we belong. Together, we can strive forward and do more together than we ever could apart. Dragonborn, with our innate ability toward magic, working with the Ravenites and their dedicated work ethic. There is nothing that we cannot accomplish, but we need to kill and bury our old rivalries if we are going to do this." More debate rings out. The crowd kind of, pointing and jeering at each other. Eventually, a eventually a large smacking of what is probably like a gavel against stone rings out, and some sort of person calls a halt and says, as things start to get carried away, like people are like kind of like throwing stuff at other sections. Some of the people start pushing and shoving, and eventually the debates are brought to an end. And the kind of like person overseeing everything has the room cleared as things are trying to keep order becomes impossible. So they have the room cleared out. As you guys kind of wait off to the side in the wings, you can see the Vex sitting off to the side watching quietly was Lady Vexalia, Lady Cassandra, and Pike Trickfoot, listening off to the side, as everyone begins to start being like filed out, as you come for the first time, Noxus, in damn near a decade, face to face with your mother, as she looks up with a look of shock and awe on her face.
Hi, Mom.
And that's where we'll pick things up.
Hey!
Hey.
Knew it. Woo!
Yeah, the rest of you have no idea what's being said.
Nope, not at all.
I mean, Fike and Bureau
Fike
are
and Bureau
getting
are picking up.
bits.
Yeah, Fike and Bureau are picking up like
a couple points, maybe
things here
Arani,
and
like
there.
Vonnie in his
Common
head just
words.
hears like Arani trying to like fake put up what they're fake translate what they're saying, just random
I can
shit.
I can just see Arani. I can see Arani just nodding, like, yep, I know what they're saying. Yep, totally get it.
Vanya has no clue what they're saying, but he recognizes a bunch of noble politics bullshit when he hears it, no matter what the language.
Alrighty, so
All about more dragon fruit for everyone.
Dragons everywhere.
alrighty
I'm
then.
not eating this fucking fruit. I'm eating rations. I want fucking traveler's diarrhea
I'll
out of
eat
this
his
fucking place.
Oh,
You're
he's
still,
dragon fruit?
you're
Sure,
still
why
pissed
not?
off that Nox doesn't like him.
Oh, poor Fike.
I'm
Oh,
sorry,
I'm sure
buddy.
Fike will find plenty of partners to.
Foreshadowing.
Oh, I'm literally gonna pull a sleeping with the enemy. Is that literally what's gonna happen?
Oh my gosh! He's gonna sleep with
I'm
Pod's
gonna fuck her way to
beer.
peace.
No!
I'm gonna fuck her.
He's gonna sleep with Pod's beer.
I don't think anybody wants that.
I don't
Pod's
know
beer
if
is
that's
gonna
better
be a good
or
guy.
worse than what fucking Amara
And then
pulled.
Fike's gonna be conflicted. He's like, I'm in love with him though.
Uh,
Ugh.
And then it's gonna be a case of Stockholm syndrome.
we get sleeping with Umbridge and sleeping with Voldemort. Why would you do this?
God.
Oh,
Fun.
I've got
It's
some thinking
fun.
to do with how to respond to that.
It's fun.
alrighty. So
How
now
am
that,
I gonna kill this guy with Pike here? That's my question.
with Pike here,
Oh.
He's not happy.
Yeah, she
He's
might be
like,
leaving
"Fucking
too.
A."
what the?
No, they're probably not leaving until it's all done.
Mm.
They're probably
Burn
gonna
the
help
body.
They're probably gonna help us a little bit.
Hope you explain her how he needs to die in a righteous fire. I think she'd probably understand.
He needs to die with righteous fire. And then Pike just goes, yeah, but does he really? I mean, he could be a good guy.
Pike, I'm in mid swing.
I mean,
Divine Smite.
he could have changed.
Be like, hey Pike, there's Vecna and then there's this guy.
He's worse. I promise you, Boo Boo, he's worse.
What the hell?
Killed my mom. He's worse.
Sounds like Bill's having challenges.
Oh no.
Why?
My
What happened?
mouse is being weird all of a sudden.
No.
No.
You got one of
Anyway.
those. You got to clean the gunk out of the mouse. Blow dust off the ball.
It's not, it doesn't have a ball. It's
It's a laser.
Oh, the one
like
of
who
those.
has one of those mouses? Anyway, who
That
wants
was a
their
joke.
experience points?
Yay.
Yay.
All right.
Yay.
Orani, you had 19. Knox had 20. Spike had 22. Bureau had 20, and Vanya had 19.
Yeah, ding ding.
Yeah.
Yahtzee. All right, vote
Probably
time.
doing some
Woo. Rogue.
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 Yes, herself some
Rouge.
evasion.
Rouge. Because you unlocked doors.
So many doors.
So many.
Vanya, did you say you leveled?
No, next time though, probably. I'm at
Paladin.
165 of 180.
Yeah, I need 50.
Oh, shut up, Biro. You don't get a vote.
Just, I don't know when that rule changed, but just to be contrarian.
You say Paladin, Hero? What a dick move. It's like, listen, I had to sleep with my arch rival. I'm saying Paladin, motherfucker.
Yeah, if you listen to me, you would have been fine.
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Okay. And you do it.
Like all of a sudden, my mouse isn't moving at the same speed as it usually does.
Weird.
Like out of nowhere.
Do you have one that can change speeds? Because I did that by mistake to mine once.
Well, that's when I'm at least going to stop the stream. Thank you so much for hanging out. Ronka, sorry, I hope you get your snacks if you come back from lurking.
Ronka!
I'll see you later.
I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice holder. I'm proud to be. I'm a flying ace and fly through outer space. Hello, sweetie. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice holder. I'm proud to be in whatever sitch, like singing on Twitch or playing D&D. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice holder. You may call me obsessive, but I just border on being a collector and being a dragon that sits atop my treasure. That's so shiny. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice holder, and my partners love me for it. I'm a natural 20 when it comes to being me. I'm a time traveler, so Alonzi. I'm a badass asexual polyhedral dice holder.